Start recording. That's recording. We're live, by the way.
Okay.
Well, we're not live. We're recording still, but this is going to get in my way. You got your phone off?
Yes.
This can go completely off. Vibration mode. Thank you. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Oops.
From the Queen City studio.
With the Deacon live.
Right now.
Ready?
Yes.
Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right-hand side is Teacher Man.
Happy weekend.
Well, on today's show, Chick-fil-A is killing something new. After 3 years, you fought... oh, shit. Fuck. I'm all out of whack. Let me start over. You fucking threw me out.
Sorry.
Remember, it's a evergreen show. We don't want to give what day it is.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't give the day.
All right. I said happy weekend. I didn't say what day it was.
I know.
All right.
Let's try
I won't give that hint anymore.
Yeah. Try to keep it as green as possible.
Generic.
All right. Let's try it again.
Green Eric.
Yep.
Live.
From the Queen City studio.
With the Deacon live.
Right now.
Ready?
Yes.
Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right-hand side is Teacher Man.
And here we go again.
Don't forget to look at us on the Twitch TV. On today's show, Chick-fil-A is killing something new. After 3 years, you forgot these people said the N-word. Whoopie lost it in front of a judge. New emojis are being released, and a huge debate on milk and the almond at the same time. Teacher Man, how you been?
I've been very, very good. I'm looking forward to a couple of great days.
Yeah? What's new? What's going on?
I don't know. It kind of feels like to me it's kind of cooling off a little bit. And I actually went out and if you can look at my arm, I don't know if I can get it in the camera. I scratched the shit out of myself doing yard work yesterday.
You did yard work?
Yep. Excuse me. Yes.
All right. So it cooled off, and what all did you do in the yard?
Well, I mowed the grass, and I trimmed some bushes, and when I was driving the mower, I went to push a limb aside.
Wait, hold on. What'd you say? Driving the what?
Driving the mower.
Okay, you said it a little fast, so I didn't catch what you were saying.
When I was driving the mower.
All right.
I wasn't going fast. But I tried to move a bush aside, and the bush fell out of my one hand, and it was one of those bushes with stickers on it. Mm-hmm. And that SOB hurt like a bastard. And you could see it scratched out.
You okay? Do you need to put some Neosporin on it or anything?
No, I tried that last night, and I slid out of bed.
We're talking about on your arm, right?
Yeah.
All right. So anything else going on with you?
Well, I got my trip coming up.
Okay.
The end of July.
All right.
And the past few shows, I made a point of saying I am looking so forward to it. Going up to see Mama again.
Right.
And getting her happy apple outside.
So, how are you getting up there?
I'm gonna fly Southwest.
Southwest. Okay.
And I got one stopover.
So next break we'll talk about that as well. Anything else going on? Anything new, exciting? You know what? I'm reeling you in here. I want an update. I want to know. Everyone wants to know. Did you buy the Cadillac yet?
Okay. That's going to bring us all the way back to my Meals on Wheels.
Okay, so explain again in 32 seconds or less.
I can do it in 32 seconds or less.
All right.
Meals on Wheels is where I carry hot meals to shut-ins, people that can't get out on their own, no longer can drive, or too disabled to drive, and I bring them their meals. And I have this couple that I bring meals to regularly, and they have two vehicles that they want to sell.
Okay.
Because neither one of them can drive anymore.
And one's a Cadillac and the other one's a truck.
One's a Cadillac and one's a truck.
All right, so did you buy the Cadillac? Is the Cadillac yours? Tell me you got it sitting in your driveway somewhere.
No, I don't.
What?
No, I don't.
So they're balking at the idea of you buying the Cadillac.
That's what my California buddy says. He says I'm a jerk. I should buy the Cadillac.
Well, Okay, so why aren't they selling it to you? They got a for sale sign on it, or Mr. Teacher Man, you could take my Cadillac. I feel better within your hands than the guy down some little kid down the street who doesn't appreciate. What year is it? A 75, pristine condition and stuff. And she doesn't want to sell it to you, or
she wants to sell them both to me.
Okay.
And matter of fact, the husband said, well, because I looked at the truck, and between my last 2 visits, originally he told me he didn't want to sell a truck. He wasn't going to let that go.
Okay.
And since then, he's decided he wants to sell a truck. Same price as the Cadillac.
Okay, what kind of truck is it?
It's a Ford, and it's a full pickup. It's got a cap, not a capper, not a window type thing, but like a tonneau. You know what a tonneau is?
No.
Okay, a tonneau is one of those things that goes over the back.
Okay.
That you can flip open. You can put things underneath it, but it's not a cargo carrier.
Do you know why people get those on their trucks? Because when they have them on their trucks, nobody will ask them to help them move. Because you're like, I got this thing, the flap. It's like 2 foot wide by 4, whatever the width of the truck is, and it comes in pieces, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, and people will buy that, and so they don't have to have people move or help people move.
Good point. Well, and the front part of it is actually a toolbox.
Okay.
You know how you have the toolboxes on the back of pickup trucks, right behind the cab?
Toolbox.
Toolbox.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so this has one of those too.
So is he selling it, or is
yes, he's decided to sell it.
Okay.
Same price as the Cadillac.
What year is it? What year's the truck?
It's a 78.
Okay, so I guess they came in some money and they bought 2 cars in the mid 70s.
Well, yeah, 110,000 miles. I mean, I don't see how I can go wrong.
That was me. Sorry, totally my fault on that one.
That can must be electrified.
No, I've got a new. If you're watching this on the video and stuff, I'm waving at the camera. We're messing with the cameras and stuff, and I can't get the green screen to work in the back behind Teacher Man. And the rule I told Teacher Man, I said never put your headphones near the microphone, and because it feeds back. And I've got a new set of headphones on, and sure enough, I turn my head to read the paper down below, and so you're gonna buy it.
Well, I think I'm going to buy the truck, yes. And the woman actually said, well, we'll hold both of them for you. And I said, well, that's so nice of you, but I can't afford both of them.
Well, so how much do they want for the truck?
They want $2,500 for the truck. They want $2,500 for the Cadillac.
So $5,000 total, and let's say me and you pool our money together because I want the Cadillac. If they're because you obviously you don't want the Cadillac. Are they going to sell the Cadillac?
Yeah.
All right. So do you want?
Sell them both to me if I want.
Well, let's do a deal. Let's put our money together, and say $4,500. We'll take both of them off your hands.
$4,500.
$4,500. We'll take both of them off your hands, and then you know what we can do?
Sell one.
No, we're not sell one. We'll enter like shows, like classic car contests and stuff. Not classic contests, but you know how they have. Oh
right.
My God! You know, look at these cars and stuff like that.
We could go to Steak and Shake or something like that, and they have I don't even know if there's a Steak and Shake in North Carolina.
Well, yeah.
Is there?
I don't know. That's a good question. I know there's no crystals in here because you guys had to bring me crystals when you came back from Florida.
God, that's a sin.
Oh, so give us a call at the station anytime. We're live in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. Now, these cars are considered classic cars, correct?
Oh, absolutely. They are antiques.
Antiques.
Yes.
So they're at least, let's see, I was born in, so they're at least 44 years old, 43?
Well, a 78 would be exactly 50 years old.
Okay. No, it wouldn't.
Wait.
Then I'd be 79.
78. Okay, 70, that's 30.
88, 98, 108, or 2008. And then 2018, that's 40.
40 years old.
40 years
What
old.
did I say, 50?
You said 50.
Ah, well, hey, listen. It's been a long
Jesus.
time since I taught math.
Well, math never goes away.
No, and it never changes.
You use it the rest of your life, kid. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
So they're 40 years old or 40 plus years old, and for $4,000, $4,500, I think we should pool our money together and buy one. We'll buy both of them, and then ram them into each other like a car crash and bash them and stuff. I'm kidding. So that's 40 years old. Now here's news to you. You ready for this?
Go.
I actually bought a new vehicle as well.
You did.
I did. I bought you heard a few weeks back that my wife was in not horrible, but just a strenuous car accident. So she was driving around our farm vehicle, and it was her. She bought it brand new, 2004, and over the years and stuff, we've upgraded to a couple different vehicles. So that one kind of took a back seat, and that's the one that hauls the hay around, and that's the one that picks up feed and whatnot. And unfortunately, she was driving to go to a riding lesson of a horse that we have not staged, but we board somewhere, and some guy not paying attention rammed in the side of her. Anyway, so we took the insurance money and we bought speaking of classic, there's a difference between classic and antique.
Okay.
So anything over 25 years is considered a antique. Anything over 35 years is considered a classic.
So these are both classics.
So you have classics. I've got an antique, and what I bought, and I know you're thinking antique, why'd you buy an antique for a farm vehicle? It's a 1992 Nissan Hardbody. Fire engine red.
Oh, and yes, it is. I was wondering. I thought you had company here at the studio today because when I pulled in,
no, that was
I said somebody's visiting. I wonder if that's Bob upstairs now.
No. I drove the truck here to the studio, and as you notice, my Silverado's not here. I'm getting one of those train horns put in it. Big macho thing. So that's at the shop. So I drove the little red Banshee. We drove it here to the station here. So yeah. I've got a Nissan, and it's only got 200,000. I say only 200,000 miles on it, but if you figure it out, if you do the math, that's only 80,000 or 80. You and your 50 years, 8,000 miles per year,
which is fantastic.
And it is. I'm looking at the stickers. The gentleman who had it, actually, it was the. Let me see. Let me backtrack my story here. So we bought it from a mechanic shop. And it was his uncle's car. Now, the uncle, you can tell what kind of lifestyle he led by the stickers on the back of his car that are still there, right?
Yeah.
So you look in the top left-hand corner, and I'll take pictures of this, and I'll put this on the Facebook, the Prophet Radio Facebook page and the Instagram stuff, and make sure you follow us and do all that stuff. It is the NRA. Big, nice NRA sticker on it.
Oh, okay.
Right below that
he's got a set of antlers on the roof.
No. He's got because there's a camper top on it with the windows and stuff that you can, an actual camper top.
Right.
So not the one
with
that
windows and everything.
With windows and everything. And he's got, right below that, he's got it's some kind of clergy for a hospital parking permit. It's a purple sticker. And it says something, North Carolina clergy, and then down at the bottom on his bumper, he's got 2 more clergy-type parking permits.
Maybe he was some sort of priest or pastor
or just someone but they're all like hospital.
Believed in guns.
Well, yeah. But guns, and he'd go to the hospital and go, okay, you're not going to make it. I can go out in my truck and just end this right now for you. No. But yeah, it took care of it. It's one of those old stories where drove it to and from church and to and from the grocery store.
Right.
And then unfortunately he couldn't drive. He passed away, and the nephew, his nephew took it. Who's
is that Bluebeard?
That is Bluebeard, and he put a new clutch plate in, new pressure plate. It's got it's 5 on the floor, and it's one of the salespeople were walking out when I was walking in, and I pull up in this red little Nissan truck, and they said it was so funny. I was like, who's in this red truck? We know all the cars here in the parking lot, and I get out of the truck, and I'm 6'2" and about 270, so I'm a big guy, and she goes, it's so funny to watch a big guy like you get out of that little truck. I'm like going, well, look at the truck. I said, all that's in here is a dashboard, a bench seat, and the stick shift, and then the pedals. That's it. There's no fancy. There's no Nancy. There's no bells. There's no whistles. It's just straight engine, straight stick shift. It doesn't even have a tachometer on it.
And half the things that are on the dashboard where you would normally have an instrument, it didn't come with one. I mean, it came brand new without it.
Yeah, there's no someone put in a not tape player, put in a updated stereo system, but it's still got the original door speakers that are probably the little 4-inch cones.
Yeah,
that are barely, they're like. They're only made for AM radio, but.
By the way, the Red Banshee or Banshee,
yeah,
that's a good name for it.
Well, I had a Nissan Titan a while ago, a long time ago, probably about 10 years ago, and that's what we used to call it because it had the Nissan built that full-size truck.
Oh, I remember the truck.
And it was 5.6 liter engine, and you could, that thing would pass everyone on the road, and the joke is, but not a gas station.
Right.
And it would only get 13 miles per gallon, but that had a big monster engine in it, and you know, I had the pipes and everything, and we used to call it the Red Banshee because it would scream. So now we've got the little Red Banshee, which is a smaller version of my Nissan Titan, I guess.
And it does its own screaming.
I was like, you know what? And we were trying to name it, me and my wife and I. And if you follow me on Twitter at Deacon Radio, there's a picture of the Nissan, I almost said the Nissan Titan, the Nissan hardbody that we just bought. We're taking requests for names or suggestions for names, and I came up with, you know, the little red wagon or Prophet Radio wagon, or I was trying to tie it into the radio station because if I drive it here to the station, it's got the same colors as the radio station, which is red and black, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, go to, if you're on Twitter, go to Deacon Radio. And you can see the picture of the Nissan, the little Red Banshee. So
the French truck.
The French truck, yeah. But I was trying to tie it into the radio station that way. That way we could write it off on the taxes. Yep. So I got some great news. I've got great news. We are moving and grooving, and we are reaching out to people. And there's some people out there that we have got in contact with, as far as who's downloading the podcast, and all this new information and stuff, and some stuff you guys can walk away with if you pay attention.
And I knew you were going to bring up something like that when you said the truck had to do with the radio station.
Yep.
Because you had something to say.
That's right. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. I actually like these headphones if I could just get both sides to work. Yeah, I need to get a...
You want to try... Oh, you don't want to try those.
Yeah, and they got your fucking earwax.
I keep my fucking ears clean.
I got a butt plug. You want to try that? I keep my butthole clean. All right. I forgot to turn my light on.
And you moved it again.
Yeah, because I was trying to get... Well, I wanted to get it in the camera frame.
Oh, okay.
I gotta see if it's in the camera frame now. Yeah, it's in there. There it is, right there.
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop. And let me fire this up, and I'll be right back.
So I... Damn. That wasn't you going on your ass, was it?
No. Come here, little buddy. All right.
Plump your magic finder, Froggy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gotta come back to that. Come back.
You have emoji twice. You have it in the top 5 and you have it on the bottom.
Right, I know, because that's the top.
Oh.
My top 5 is what I read off of.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to write it twice.
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about across the top. That's my points, and then everything down below is the order.
Add-on,
Yep,
okay.
add-on.
Fluff.
Fluff. Garbage. Okay, that's not working. So, oh, you know why? Because I got this on. You heard that? Okay.
Yes.
Hey, friends and fam. Son of a bitch.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Of course, the AC's back on. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right hand side is Teacher Man.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends.
I think we're going to get into the used car business.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea. I think we can make some money.
We should be able to make some money. So, and you know, you're going to buy the Cadillac. You're going to buy the
Truck?
The truck, and I got a 1992 Little Red Banshee out there. That's our new farm vehicle and stuff. So yeah, we can buy that and whatnot.
And we can put my Escape on the lot, too.
We can. So imagine if you bought a house and sight unseen. Okay, so let's say you bought a house sight unseen. You know, you bought the house and stuff, and they do that a lot. They do auctions and whatnot. Well, come to find out, this couple bought this house, a big farmhouse. It was their dream house. Unfortunately, the woman passed away, and then the man eventually passed away, and they bought the house. So in the process of going through the house, like when we bought the ranch, you always think that you're gonna find something cool. Now the house, this property's been here for years and years and years. There used to be cattle and stuff. I mean, we even go back in the property and find bones and whatnot. And then there's like they used to have like a burn pit or a place where they used to dispose their garbage and whatnot. So most of that garbage has dissipated and stuff. But like all these old bottles we're finding, you know, when it rains and stuff, the dirt gets washed away, and all these old like medicine bottles, like from the 50s and 60s, which is kind of cool.
The glass ones that look like they might have even had the cork in it.
Yeah, I found an old Clorox bleach bottle that was about the size of almost looked like a moonshine jug.
Okay.
And with the little curved handle on it and whatnot. So I found one of those out there. I've got it sitting up here in the studio just to kind of show. It's back over there. You can't see it. I gotta clean it. I gotta bring it home and clean it.
Now, just for grins. Question. Mm-hmm. I don't know if memory serves me correctly, but in those older glass bottles that they put Clorox in, weren't they blue?
I don't remember if they were.
I mean,
are you talking like the Coke bottles in the
keep light from touching the because you know how the sun dissipates chlorine in a pool?
Yes.
Well, if your glass is clear on the bottle for the chlorine bleach, the chlorine's going to dissipate.
407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at the Queen City Studio, located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, at 407-448-8800. I do not know. I don't know. I mean,
just food for thought. I mean, I was thinking
maybe back then they weren't thinking about that.
Well, and I think the thing about it is I think I remember them being blue.
Blue glass or just blue?
No, blue glass.
Like like I said, like the Coke bottles used to be. Like the 70s Coke bottles. They came in like they have like a greenish hue to them.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember what you're talking about.
All right.
Yes. Well, they weren't blue.
Well, back to what I was talking about is
Go.
Think about if you buy a house sight unseen and stuff, and then you get out to the barn and you get out there and you open the barn doors up, and what if you saw, oh my God, if you're watching the video of this, you can see my screen down at the very bottom right hand side, came across a 1968 Shelby GT 500 just sitting on the ramp, sitting on the lift here. The guy bought it, drove it. It's a Shelby, 1968 Shelby. Bought it, drove it, and then just forgot about it and passed away. He was going to do some work to it and do some regular stuff, but he bought it brand new off the showroom floor back in 1968.
Wow.
Car only has 21,000 miles on it, and it's got a 427 horsepower engine in it.
Well, that was Chevy. I mean, wait, 426.
No, it says 427 right here. GT with a juiced up 427 became a new Hellraiser from what we were told, and
a Shelby Mustang, right?
Shelby Mustang, yeah.
Okay.
That's what it says.
I thought the Chevys were 427s and the Fords were 426s.
I know.
What do I know?
I know. So I'm going to show this if you're watching on the monitor here, Allstate commercial. Thank you very much. Here it is, sitting in the garage. Survivor, 1968, with only 21.
Wow.
Let's see.
Basically 22,000 miles.
22,000 miles on it. From
Jersey plates.
Yep, Jersey plates sitting up in it, and it's the blue. It's like a cobalt blue. Would you call that cobalt?
Yes, I would.
Now it's a little dusty and whatnot, but I mean it's still. He's probably gonna have to change the hoses and tires and whatnot. But it's sitting right there in the shop where he backed it up, and it's been sitting there for years and years and years, and there's nothing. I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with it, but yeah, it's There you go.
Wow.
Can you imagine finding that on your property?
Well, you know what? I would be happy just finding that shop. It looked like he had a nice shop going on there.
The guy had a real nice shop. If you're watching the video here on the YouTube live or YouTube channel at Profit Radio. So, have you ever bought a house or anything and found something cool inside the house? Like you always think like there's a secret passageway and there's like money hidden, and you check every closet and you check you're beating on the floors to see if there's any, they might have forgotten something in the house.
When I was and I don't know why I remember this so vividly. When I was 7 years old, my father took me to it was a small farm on Long Island that my uncle or my dad's cousin was looking at buying, and it had a barn. And my dad, and of course nobody lived there, and my dad said, well, why don't you go just do some exploring, go around, take a look and see what you can see. And I mean, it had one of those old tractors in there. I mean, I consider it old, because now it would really be old, but I mean, and I was looking around the barn. I said, "What if I'm going to find anything in here that's worth anything?"
There's the odometer right there, 21990, right there on the show. If you're watching the video, then it's the. Can you imagine that though? I mean, I've always, like I said, wondered. I'm sure, like our French, we haven't completely gone up in the attic and look through everything, because the house, not that baller, it's a huge house with a huge attic that goes all the way from the nose to the tail. You can walk from one side of the house that's got an exit on the other side of the house.
Can you stand up in it?
You can stand up in it. Yeah. You've seen the peak of the house.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, you could physically walk in it. When I walked around with the building or the home inspector, he's like, all right, here's the attic, and he walked in there, and he was gone. And I'm standing there. You've seen the pictures a million times, like in movies and stuff. You're just standing there. Can you help me with anything? You're just yelling into this hole in the ceiling, and all of a sudden he comes back through the hallway and through the kitchen back to me. He goes, all right, I'm done. I'm like, where'd you come from? He goes, oh, there's another escape down at the other end in the spare bedroom. I'm like going, son of a bitch. So there you go. Yeah.
Something you knew about the house you were buying.
Oh God.
Didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine that. Find a...
and it's just the thrill of looking, too.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't find anything, just the fun of looking around.
Well, just
something old that you don't own,
Well, just coming across that would be kind of cool. And I'm still I know there's money out on the property somewhere. I know there is. There's money or some kind of valuable Civil War stuff out there on the property. I'm looking for like a little button or pin or anything like that. So.
What was the biggest thing you ever found?
Biggest thing what?
In your life. What did you ever find in your life that was worth anything? While you're thinking, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I was walking my dog one day. This was in the 50s, late 50s. And I was walking along the neighbor's hedges, which I shouldn't have been doing, because with my dog shitting and peeing all over there, that was the neighbor's yard. But I found a $20 bill underneath their hedges that had blown underneath there. And I thought, a $20 bill back in the 50s, holy mackerel. I mean, that was a week's paycheck for some guys.
Right.
And so I thought that was pretty neat, and it was pretty valuable back then. It took me about 30 seconds to spend it.
Well, the only thing I can say that I've come across is when I bought my first house, I didn't have, one of the things, I didn't have cable. So my friends would come over and we would, the TV and the entertainment center is all set up and stuff. And I didn't have cable, so we never watched TV. And just one day by chance, we said, let's just hook the coax to the TV. And we did hook the coax, and sure enough, we had cable. The original owners that I bought the house from either never turned it off, or the cable company at the time forgot to turn it off. I had free cable for almost 7-8 years while I was living there. And I would get these people knock on the door, and they got the big green bar paper, the big
Right.
ledger green bar paper, and they're like going, Mr. Deacon, according to our records, your power was shut. I'm like, shut the TV off, shut the TV. Your cable network was shut off at 1990 whatever. And I'm like going, yeah. And they're like going, would you like to sign up for our new package of whatever? And I'm like going, no, I think I'm good. And they're like going, okay, well, if you ever, here's my card and you can call. And they would go door to door trying to sell this.
Little did he know you had the best price going.
I had the best price going. And then eventually they came out with cool stuff that I couldn't live without. So they had like caller ID, and they would do a big package with, anyway, so that was the biggest thing that I found. I had free cable for like 7 years, which, when you're a young kid and you buy your first house, that's a big deal.
That is a big
that's
deal.
30 at the time, probably $30-$40 a month. I didn't have to pay on the cable bill.
Yeah.
So you're going up to New York?
Yes, I'm going up to New York, see my mama, and visit some friends. I might be getting together with some of my old high school haunts. Not in some of the haunts, but with some of the haunted.
So you're gonna go see up some old friends of yours?
Yes. Well, I always see my cousins and my and some close friends that used to live in the neighborhood that still live pretty close to my brother.
Right.
And and we always get together when I get up. Just it's such a hardship because so many of my high school classmates have died.
Dead.
And so many of my living high school friends are sick.
Yeah.
Sick. I have two of my closest friends, husband and wife. Both of them have cancer.
It's sad. When you meet, your high school friends, you grew up with them. Who would have ever thought it when you look at your high school? I don't know if they ever did the full picture where the graduating class would be in like one big picture with everyone.
Right.
And sit there and point a finger at someone and go, you're going to have, AIDS, or not AIDS, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. You're going to have cancer. You're going to have problems. You're going to have this. Your child's going to be this.
Married 6 times.
Yeah, you're going to be married 6 times and stuff, and you look back in life. And on the same note is a high school friend of mine, female. I'm like, I wonder whatever happened to, blah, blah, blah. So you look her up on Facebook. Sure enough, she's married. She's got 3 kids, and 2 of them have Down syndrome.
It's funny that you mentioned that because one part of my father's family, one of my father's sisters, has a couple of grandchildren, and these grandchildren, one of them has Down syndrome,
right,
and one of them is autistic.
Yeah. So I mean, you try. I guess you're saying, you never know. These kids, the friends of yours that you grew up with in life, all of a sudden, they're having kids, and you're like going, well, why did they have Down syndrome kids? And this couple that you were like going, there's no way their kids are ever going to live. They got beautiful kids,
Yeah.
You're like going, oh, these, those. But
anyway. You know how many people have come and said to me, I don't know how you've taken in life what you've taken in stride, because my wife passed away very young.
Yes.
My daughter's mom, and my son passed away very young. My wife was 49, my son was 41. And people say to me, and I don't even think about that when I'm thinking about other people.
Right.
I don't even think about that. And that was a burden, a deep burden at the time. I mean, I did a lot of things that I really shouldn't have done because I didn't know where to turn.
Yeah.
Thank God for the grief counseling.
So now you're flying up to New York.
Right.
And what airline are you taking?
Southwest.
Okay. So you're a teacher, man. So when you sit on the flight and stuff, you talk to the people in the aisles with you? Do you talk?
Sometimes, because I know sometimes people don't want to be bothered. And if they got a set of headphones in, leave them the hell alone.
Well, you don't want to sit there and go, hey, what are you watching there, buddy? What are you? I'm kind of lonely. I want to talk to you. What are you doing?
Well, they usually have their shades on and their eyes closed.
Well, listen to this story. And this is just when you talk to someone, you never know what you're going to get. Like if you ask someone, how's your day going? You never know. Just the little things when you say something, what kind of response or what that person's going through. So never underestimate the kindness of strangers. While traveling to visit her parents in Florida earlier this month on Southwest Airlines, Chicago teacher Kimber Bermudez, I guess, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, Bermudez received $530 from 3 complete strangers. And what happened was she was sitting on the plane by herself, flying down. She's 27. She's going down to Florida to visit her parents, probably Miami with the last name Bermudez. So, oh God, I know. I'm sorry. Sorry. Don't throw me off the set. Don't fire me. And she was talking, and a couple people, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a teacher, and I love my kids. And well, what's the hardest thing that you have to deal with? And she's like, I can't buy school paper, I can't buy books, and I bring the story up because Teacher Man has two things: you're going on a flight, and plus you're a teacher, and the things that go on with not having money for school supplies and whatnot.
Yeah, and I was one that foot the bill many, many times for kids because their parents just didn't have it. They couldn't make ends meet. They couldn't feed them, let alone buy school supplies. I don't care how cheap they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, teachers. I mean, if they're dedicated teachers, they're always spending money out of their own pockets to provide school supplies,
right,
for the kids that are in their charge.
So she wasn't looking for sympathy. She was just telling things about her life and what she was going through, and how's your life? And I'm sure she probably asked 50 million questions with the people who were sitting around her and stuff. And then at the end of the thing, she was leaving the plane, and sure enough. Right here, told me something amazing. Sat back down. She realized that there was $100 on top and started crying. She told him I would buy him students' books, and later found out didn't count the money. The man found out later that the guy gave her $500.
Wow.
He just handed me a wad of cash and said, "Here you go." I apologize for eavesdropping on their conversation, is what he said, and handed her a wad of cash. And she thought it was $100, and sure enough, it was $500. And then there was a couple of 20s and 10s and whatnot, but she collected $530.
That's heartwarming.
It's just because someone was listening and probably either was in the field, understood, and just that's probably all he had on him for whatever reason.
I would like to think that most people understand the plight of teachers. That holy mackerel, if you don't know what the teachers' salaries are nowadays, you've got to be living on another planet,
right?
Because they suck, and they pretty much suck no matter where you go. Got to cut that out.
I know. I keep forgetting that the microphone's right there next to my headphones.
But thank God for the people that do help out, and PTA is wonderful like that.
All right. So on the flight, have you ever had any flights in your whole entire life? Have you had anything exciting happen or panicky happen, like the flight's going to, the lost cabin pressure, or someone got sick on the plane, or someone was just completely nuts?
No, I never did. But I did tell you about the dog.
Right. Yeah, the dog. Oh, that's right. The dog that was panicking. And
right. I thought he was going to climb out the window.
Well, can you imagine being on your own flight and watching out the window the engine actually exploding and catching on fire, and then videotaping it, and then videotaping you getting closer to the ground and 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 closer to the ground, and actually
boom,
and then hitting the ground and then surviving the crash?
I can't imagine.
And your camera's still, your little phone's still going? Well, this guy did it, and we're going to show you the video as soon as we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. I'll be right back. Right on time.
I'll tell you a story, and
hold on one sec, because I want to make sure that your voice is good.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you the story, and you can tell me if you want me to talk about it. But my uncle.
Hold on.
Oh.
That and whatnot.
Now we can put my escape on the lot too.
We can. So imagine if you bought a house and sight unseen.
That sounds like a great idea. We can make some money.
We should be able to make some money. So I just want to make sure your voice level is the same as mine.
It sounds like it is.
It is. It is. Yours is way up. I think that microphone is the filament in one of them shot. Because I've got look, see where my level is? See how far I've got yours up?
Oh, okay. So it's, in other words, it's like a guitar pickup.
Yeah.
You're only working on 2 pickups instead of 3.
Well, there's a filament. Yeah, there's a filament on each side, and it looks like a halogen filament for a light bulb.
Yeah, I'm just equating it to a guitar because I know those. But anyway, my uncle lived in Spartanburg, and he was a confirmed bachelor for years and years and years. He didn't have his first child till he was in his 60s.
Okay.
And so when he first got married, not when he first got married, before he ever got married, he used to fly up for the holidays every year. Because he loved being around us kids. He bought us the coolest presents. and it was fantastic. And this was the beginning of December. It was fucking freezing out cold. My father was a New York City fireman, and he was coming in. I forget what airlines. I think it was Eastern, which no longer exists.
Nope.
But, he was flying in on Eastern Airlines from Spartanburg to LaGuardia, and they crashed on landing.
What?
They crashed on landing. And he was one of only 25 or 26 people that survived.
Ugh.
And my father was at the crash site with his with Rescue Company 4.
Yeah, because he was an engine.
No, he wasn't an engine. He was in Rescue.
No.
Rescue 4.
Yes.
And so he was at the crash site, but they never crossed paths. And until my father found out that he was actually in the hospital, and then he went to the hospital and saw him. And then my uncle's picture was actually in the paper.
All right, you need anything?
No, yes.
No, yes, all right.
Yes. Long-winded.
Okay. Smells so nice in here.
Yes, it is. Thank you. I was thinking. I think that's why the kids always enjoyed my class, because they knew, and they would tell me years afterwards. Say, Mr. K, we used to get together before class. Usually they're waiting out in the hall for me to come down and open the door and let them in, and we talk to each other about somebody asking you a question about something personal. And because they could get me off on a fucking tangent where I would talk an hour about shit.
Right.
And then before I know it, the class is over and the kids are going, and I always tried to make the stories interesting. But there went a fucking math class out the fucking window.
Yeah. You need to post this stuff on your Facebook page so all your high school friends and stuff can listen to you.
Oh, can I post this?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I'll send you I'll show you how to. I'll show you how to do it. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because you've got a huge audience already, just with friends of yours and whatnot.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want all those fucking teachers hearing how I talk.
Well, don't post it to those people. All right, you ready? Coming back.
All right.
You are very long-winded in some of your stories.
Yeah, I can go on and on and on.
You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right-hand side is the long-winded Teacher Man.
Yes, he is.
We are live in the Queen City studio, located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Text us anytime at 407-448-8800 or call us, text us, follow us on Instagram, follow us on the Facebook and stuff. I wanted to play this because a couple of people were wanted to hear some stuff. So,
Oh, bitch, you got jacked, bitch.
all right, just want to make sure that works. So this is this is what you know what I know I'm fooling around here. This is what I should play when you go on.
Is it possible for you to shut the fuck up for 10 seconds?
So
Probably not.
so. Before I get into the plane crash that we talked about in the last segment, I've got some great news. Our T-shirt sales, Teacher Man.
Oh man, I mean, I was even so surprised. I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
We sold over 200 T-shirts, and those will be packaged up here in a little bit and sent out. 200 T-shirts on this design, and unfortunately, the design passed away. God, what am I thinking? They expired. Same thing. Last week, and we'll have a new design coming up. I got a good artist friend of mine who's going to design some Deacon Live shirts. And if you want to see some of the work that he's got done already, go to the Prophet Radio website and go all the way down to where it says Max, M-A-X-X. It's the Max Factor. Great artist out of born in California. Raised in Constantinople. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to make a rhyme here. But raised in Florida, and good friend of the show. And so he's a great artist. So make sure you go over there and support him. He's going to design us a new.
That's a good place for artists to come from, is California.
Yes.
And selling all those T-shirts makes me think. All we can do now is we can continually get more and more and more swag for you guys.
Right. So we are also on a run for 1,000 downloads per month. Is what we're actually changing it to, because you guys have been doing so good. And guess what? Anyone who signs up, emails me at deacon@prophetradio.com. Guess what's in? Look what
1K stickers.
Yep, our 1K 1,000 run sticker. So I'm going to give this to Teach Man so he can look at those. Look at them and tell me what they say.
Okay, let me put my eyes on here.
Put your eyeballs in there. Take your time. It's only a live show.
Okay, smartass. Deacon Live podcast 1K. ProphetRadio.com. I did that. That really did sound like a nice a nice radio voice, did it?
Yeah. Do it again. Try it again.
Deacon Live Podcast 1K ProphetRadio.com.
Perfect. Now I can cut that up and send it to our manager, our station manager, who probably.
What do you mean cut it up? You mean cut it out?
No, I'll cut it up. I'm going to cut it up so the station manager can hear you. So there you go. That's our new stickers. So make sure you email me at deacon@prophetradio.com if you don't know how to get to the website. It's real simple. Just search coolest rock station in the world. I don't know. I'm making shit up. So. Let me see. Let's see. We talked about that. Stickers, T-shirts are up to date. Oh, and we do ship overseas, and we've got 3 new countries. 3 new countries that we've popped up in. You ready for this, Teacher Man?
Okay, I know which one I'm going to send you to.
Right. So we've popped up, and I get these reports all the time because I want to know how the station's doing and where our fan base is.
Yeah.
And we've popped up in Morocco, and now Morocco. I've seen it at Epcot. Where's Morocco at?
Morocco. Mm-hmm. You know what? My geography is not as good as my math.
You suck. All right, so
out loud.
Oman.
Oman.
Oman is
it's
in
Oman.
Right.
Or is it Omen?
No, it's Oan. You had it right. Yeah.
Oman.
Where's that at?
Okay. Do you know where the Saudi Arabian Peninsula is?
Yes.
You know the country, 2 countries at the bottom of that peninsula. One is Yemen.
Okay.
The other one is Oman.
Okay. So is there a lot of turmoil in Oman, or is there?
I don't think you can find any place on the Saudi Peninsula that's not in turmoil.
Well, anyways, that might be troops that have been listening to us. They might be stationed. And again, we're giving away, strategic positions.
Well, we don't know for sure. It might be troops, but we don't know for sure.
Well,
so what are you going to do? Go out and bomb the shit out of Almond just because you think they're there?
No,
I don't mean you.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm hoping that like I said, they don't put the schematics together and go, okay, there's people listening to this American-based show, and they're located in this area. So we appreciate you. Thumbs up.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of people in Oman, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, and whatever that speak English.
Now here's the thing. Now you heard the Trump and Putin thing that was going on, right? They had the big sit down powwow. I don't pay attention to that stuff because it just annoys me on both ends,
Yes.
So, but it's so funny that right after that whole thing that happened, that whole event happened, within 24 hours, we've popped up in a place called the Russian Federation. I mean, it literally is. It pops up on our schematics, on our metrics here. And I was like going, what the hell is this? I'm going to put this on the camera here so everyone can see. It says Russian Federation, and it's in Europe. And there's over so many listeners.
Well, it's probably Eastern Europe.
Okay.
I'm thinking over by Czechoslovakia, Romania, and all of those countries.
I don't know if it is or not because it's weird when the metrics that I get back shows a global, all the maps and stuff, and it's got, this one's a dark blue, and this one's a light blue, and this one's a medium blue. And when when I have to do my reports every week, and I have to scroll over, I know that I'm getting real technical about what goes on behind the scenes here at Prophet Radio, but it's legit. I mean, this is what I have to do. I scroll over everything, and it says, okay, Russian Federation. And it's got like the whole USSR lights up. It doesn't show in the USSR where it's actually at. It just pops up.
Let me say this. Maybe that is what they're calling the old USSR.
Is it? Well, that'd be great if it was.
I'm just throwing that out there. The Russian Federation.
Okay, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to buy that, and it's funny that it happened right after the event with Putin and Donald Trump.
Well, of course, because everybody wants to hear what's being said.
Maybe Donald Trump listens to the.
Who knows? He twitters everything.
Putin
or tweets everything.
Putin, I want you to listen to the.
Putin.
I don't know. I'm trying to do Donald Trump. I can't do this.
I want to call him Puto.
So we were talking about Teacher Man's going to fly up to New York and stuff, and the worst case scenario. Have you ever filmed your own plane crash? Well, this guy did.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Hold on. Give me 1 second. We'll pull this up here. So bear with me. Going back this way. This goes out. And this goes back over here. Delete this. And we're going to final moments on Phenol plane crash. All right, hold on. So if you're watching the video here, this is, you can see Teacher Man. Depending on what side of the screen you're looking at, you can see Teacher Man on the left, myself on the right, Deacon, and then this is at the very bottom of the screen. Shut up!
For the next 72 hours, it's the
stupid.
That is not a big aircraft, by the way.
No. And what happened was this was a. Hold on. Let me set this up. So this small plane carrying passengers in a luxury air safari crashed just outside of Pretoria, South Africa last week, killing 2 people and gravely wounding 2 pilots, and Aviation Airline reported. 1 passenger captured the crash on his cell phone in a harrowing video that surfaced on Wednesday. So in the video, the phone camera was pointed out the window of the plane. Smoke can be seen billowing out of the left wing as the man says, "It's getting bad. It's getting very bad."
No shit. I'd be too busy having a heart attack.
Well, here you go. Hopefully an ad won't blow. Here he goes.
You better hit it for the runway. You better hit it for the runway quicker than he's trying to.
He's looking for a runway, is what he's saying.
And it looks like he has that left engine feathered. In other words, where the props are pointed straight forward, so the wind can pass over them without damaging the engine and without slowing it down.
Is that something you would do?
That's something you would do if you have an engine out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go.
And it's not a jet engine, clearly, because you can see it's a prop. Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Now automatically he should have a fire extinguisher in the cut. Looks like he just put it out.
So there you go. But you can look at that ground.
Oh.
The ground's getting closer.
Yeah.
And closer. I mean, you know what it looks like when you hold on, let me pause this for a minute. You know what it looks like when you're landing at in a big jet or a big plane or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is exactly when you're looking out the window, you're like going, okay, well, I recognize if it's a town you've been in before. Oh, that's the the car dealership and the whatever, because they always
we're landing on the beach.
Yeah. So here we go. So he's getting closer. Those trucks and everything are getting closer. Ground's getting...
Das kommt Erdpiers.
That means.
There it goes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But here's the thing. If they're still alive, they're
Yep,
down.
Well, thank goodness.
And then there's there's shots inside. So you don't see anything gruesome and stuff, but yeah, he captured the whole entire crash landing, and I guess I don't know if charges are going to be held or can you?
It looked like he handled it very well.
Right.
It appears like that he's done a very good job. Except I'd have one complaint.
What?
Stewardess, may I have another cocktail?
Yeah, please. Can I have all the cocktails right now? Yeah, I mean, what are these guys doing? You always hear the story about when. I mean, it's very comedic, but you always hear stories about planes going down, and everyone kind of, this is it, and they all look around. And either someone's jerking off, or or they start jumping on the stewardesses and start raping. And then all of a sudden, the plane comes out and survives, and everyone just kind of looks around and goes.
And everybody's got a glint.
Yeah,
and just gleam in their eye.
Just kind of woohoo. That was close. Now, oh God, did you hear about the one airplane? Speaking of airplane crashes, by the way, good trip. I hope you have a good trip when you leave.
Thank you. Now let's stop this shit.
Just pray to God that your co-pilot is not vaping. You know what vaping is, right?
Yes.
Where they smoke the cigar or
they're not allowed on airlines.
Well, there's an Asian, and I'll make this short story real quick, and we're going to go to break and talk about some other stuff. He was vaping up in the cockpit, and he turned on the interior fans to suck the vape out so the passengers wouldn't smell it, because I guess, sometimes it's got like strawberry and stuff. He accidentally hit the depressurize of the plane. Within 7 minutes, the plane went from 37,000 feet down to 11,000 feet. People's ears were popping. People had headaches. People were nauseous.
Well, they had to, because if it depressurizes,
right,
the people can't breathe.
Yeah, it's just like having the bends or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, that happened over in the Asian country. So make sure, look at your captain.
Yeah.
Make sure he's not smoking or he's got a vape pen. He's like, hey guys, how you doing? How they meet you at the doorway. So you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. We're gonna talk about. Let's see what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna come back with, white people. White people.
A few.
We're going to talk about white people and those that you forgot that said the N-word a long time ago. And we're going to make it light and fluffy, so don't worry. We're not going to get defensive or anything, so stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio.
That's an area for concern, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it amazes me too. The mics are off, right?
Yeah, but the cameras are still on.
Oh well, unless they can read lips.
God damn it!
But
no, we're recording audio too.
Oh, we are.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't say what I was going to say then.
You can say it if you want.
Well, you can edit it out.
No, not the video. I can't.
No, the audio you can.
No.
You can't.
No. Yeah.
Well, anyway, what I was
well, there goes that script.
What I was gonna say was, because I can't say it on air, but
I'm gonna turn my mic off. So.
Yeah. So choose your words. What is the difference between saying, he said the N-word, and actually saying it?
Mm-hmm. That's what
people know what you're referring to.
Oh, the difference between saying.
In other words, if I said, Colonel Sanders back in the 50s said the N-word,
or Colonel Sanders,
Sanders back in the 50s
said nigger.
Boom, right.
I'll take the nigger. I'll take the word.
You'll take the wording.
Only.
I don't understand. See, because every black person that's listening to the radio, every black person that hears me speaking, knows what I mean by the N-word.
Hold on. Don't. See, that's what's wrong.
They don't know what I mean?
No. That's what's wrong is you say every black person that listens to you say the N-word.
Well, that's who would be offended at it, by it.
Why can't you say anyone who hears me say the N-word?
Well, there's a lot of white people that don't like that.
Exactly,
word.
that's what I'm saying.
And I'm, you know, and
I hate to say that's the problem, but that's the way we talk.
I use that more than I like, and I'm one. If I heard it out in public, I don't think I would be so hot on it.
No, I work with a wide range of people.
Yeah.
And
some of them are black.
And I won't tolerate it.
Yeah.
I will not tolerate it from either end.
Well, I don't like when they call each other that word.
Again, you're pigeonholing people. I won't tolerate it from anyone, whether you're speaking it in friendly terms or you're speaking it as a demonstrative term. I'm at.
Listen, I'm not pigeonholing anybody, because when I taught school, as though I won't say elementary school, maybe later on elementary school, 6th grade, but definitely middle school and high school. No white person went around school patting their black buddies on it. Hey, nigga, how you doing today?
Right.
But the black guys would say that to each other, and I'm pigeonholing them because that's all who did it.
But you have to look at and no one's right. Now you can say up and down that and
the Spanish people would call each other spics.
Right. So I don't tolerate. In my place,
I'm concerned, if you don't like the word, you shouldn't use it with your friends. And if you're going to use it with your friends, hey, I'm not using it. Fine and dandy.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Sorry, but I have my limits.
I know. All right, so we're done with the plane crash. That was pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah. Do you know, when I was taking my flying lessons for my private pilot's license, I had my instructor landed. He said, "Suppose you got in trouble and you lost power. Mm-hmm. What would you do?" I said, "Well, probably after shitting my pants, I
save it right there."
Okay.
So after you shit your pants after your flight,
after I shit my pants in the middle of my flight, while I'm taking my flight lesson,
you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right hand side is Teacher Man telling me he used to be a pilot. He used to fly a plane and stuff.
Hey,
so he was saying,
well, don't make it sound like a big deal. I had a private pilot's license.
Right.
I mean, I probably could land a big plane with the right instructions.
So what were you saying about your teacher instructor? Was saying something?
He was a World War II pilot, and he was a flight instructor that he did privately. Mm. And so he would take me up for my lessons.
I don't need the background. Just tell me what he said when you were...
Well, when we were up one day, he says to me, he said, "What would you do if you lost all power?"
Said, "Shit your pants."
And as I said, well, after I got done shitting my pants, I said, I frankly wouldn't know what to do. With that, he shuts the engine off, cuts all the gas. There's no noise, just to hear the prop going, woof, 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 woof,
right.
woof. So what he does, he turns the plane out toward the ocean.
And you're done.
No. He lands on the beach of Fire Island in an area where it's... Because there's areas of Fire Island that are unpopular. Mm-hmm. And where we were in Long Island, MacArthur, it's right down the block from Fire Island.
Well, there you go.
And so several times he did that to me in the... matter of fact, he made me do it one time.
Nice. And you
landed
did okay?
the plane right on the beach.
Right on the soft sand?
Right?
Soft sand? Hard sand?
We actually went through like a little bit of water. Mm-hmm. The hard sand where the water would come up.
All right.
And it would be hard. And then, boom, we do a... what do they call it?
A kick and spur?
No. Yeah, something like that.
But you know what I'm saying when I say a kick and spur, right? You kind of hit and kind of turn to the left, kind of stop?
No.
I just made that up. I'm going to patent that.
Landings and then takeoffs. What touch and goes? That's what they were.
Kick and spurs, touch and goes.
Touch and goes, yeah.
Oh, God. Touch and goes. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is Deacon, over as Teacher Man.
Yeah.
And we are live from the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. So can you imagine your whole entire life you have been studying and working hard and trying to be the number one at whatever sport that you want to be, and you do it. You achieve that goal, you achieve everything, and then for whatever reason, freak of nature, freak of community, freak of social, whatever, you die. Like your whole, someone comes up and just snuffs your life right after that. I mean, just snuffs your life out. Now, the reason why I say that, there's 2 incidents that have happened in the last week. You know the Parkland shooting, correct?
Yes.
All right, and for those of you that are overseas and stuff, what happened was a kid came in and
shot people.
How many? He shot like 19 or something.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So the sad story about that is a kid that didn't go to the school went into the school, shot up a bunch of kids, and got they took them down and stuff. Now one of the fathers of a Parkland kid shooting, the father was actually gunned down. He owned a convenience store, and he was gunned down the other day.
Wow.
Just freak of nature, freak of whatever, just coincidence. 2 guys went in there, shot him, bang, bang, bang.
Gotta play the cards you dealt.
He's dead. Now, when I say about
this was somebody's father that was killed at school.
The father of one of the kids that was shot in the Parkland thing. So
okay,
here's tragedy number 1. Your son was killed in the Parkland shooting. The father's like, God damn it. A week or 2 or a month or 2 later, he's actually killed in his store at a robbery.
Well, on the flip side of that, I mean, if he didn't have any other children, he's with his son or daughter that he lost in the shooting.
So anyways,
but if you have other children and you're leaving other loved ones goodbye, I mean, leaving them behind, I don't think that's so good.
It's just so, what if his son was never shot at the Parkland shooting, and then now this was good. It's kind of like I've said it before, the Final Destination, where death is going to get you. Even if you avoid it here, you avoid it there, or you skip a path, or it skips over someone.
It's coming.
Anyways, and I hate to talk about death, but this gentleman, his name is Denis, Denis 10, is his name. He's from the Sochi Olympics. Sochi?
Sochi Olympics.
Sochi
yes.
Olympics in 2004 was actually died on Thursday at the age of 25. He was stabbed. He was stabbed and killed, and he was a bronze winner in the Olympics. He was 25 years old, won the bronze at the Olympics, and then someone came up and stabbed him. He worked his whole entire life to be part of it. I mean, that's a lot of training. That's a lot of, dedication.
Maybe it was Tanya Harding's husband.
No, God, don't make fun of him. He's dead.
I'm not making fun of him.
No, but her husband. Oh,
yeah, because he's a skater. Not her husband. The guy was a skater.
Right.
But
you know why they killed him?
This I'm not going to believe.
They killed him because they wanted to steal the mirrors off of his vehicle. The mirrors off of his vehicle. I guess where he's at, hold on, was reportedly stabbed in the right thigh, causing severe blood loss. City police said that he was stabbed by 2 unidentified attackers who were trying to steal mirrors from his car. Let's see, where does this take place? 10 was a Korean Korean origin, and his great-great-grandfather was Korean-born independent fighter General Ming Kang-ho. So anyways,
wow.
he was stabbed, killed for his car mirrors, I guess. I don't know, but just
I've heard how in demand those car mirrors are, especially off like Mercedes and Lexus. Those kinds. Yes, absolutely. Side view mirrors.
Right. Why?
And then people go and they'll sell them at flea markets for $150, $200 a piece.
Here locally or overseas?
I've heard it. I've heard it in the United States.
Why are those so much money?
Because they're so expensive to replace.
Okay, so I guess it's one of those.
Well, I mean, to my mind, steal a whole damn car.
Yeah, but I don't know. But that's just weird. It's just weird when you say, killed over his mirrors.
Yeah, and particularly, there's so many places in your leg that you can be stabbed and not die.
Right.
I mean, apparently it hit the femoral artery.
Right, and
because that was a boom. It's a matter of not even minutes, seconds. Yeah. That you bleed out.
Because the artery is like right around. I hate to, I'm on camera, so watch out. It's right by where your nuts, my nuts, and.
It's right where your leg meets the trunk of your body.
Right, and the artery is about as big as my thumb, isn't it?
Very big.
Yeah.
Yes. And
you cut that's like turning on a garden hose.
Oh well, you could water the lawn from here.
Yeah, only for a couple seconds, and then dun 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 dun. You're out. Speaking of being out, oh God, you know this. Do you watch The View at all?
The View. I have.
Okay.
I won't say I make it a habit, but
Okay.
I have.
Have you heard about what's going on with Whoopi Goldberg? And she threw this judge. She blew up at this judge, who wrote a new book. Her name's Janine Pirro, Pirro. Do you know? Pirro. Sorry. She wrote a new book, and she was on Whoopi.
A pyro starts fires.
Yes. So she was on the show, The View, and started talking to her, and then she started saying, "Hold on, I'm going to play the clip. I don't know where it went wrong. I mean, I know where it went wrong. Of course, you know it's you give all these." I'm not getting political. Believe me, I'm not getting political. But what I don't understand is when you ask someone a question and you ask someone to explain themselves, and then you don't let them explain themselves in a certain manner.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Well, Whoopi had the plan all laid out.
She had the whole plan, and I guess the producers had one of the other people on The View that was guest filling in was a Democratic rival party announcer or something. I don't know, something. I'm not going to claim political. I don't know anything about this. I just think the way being an outside person, being an outside one-man person and watching this, I don't understand why. I don't understand why. That's it. That's all I have to say. So I'm going to play this clip and you guys can listen to it.
Back with Judge Janine Pirro. I wanted to get into the book a little. You tackle the anti-Trump conspiracy in your new book called Liars, Leakers, and Liberals. Now, that title could be offensive to some.
In today's age, you think?
I thought she was describing the Trump White House. Liars, leakers, and liberals.
So tell us about the title and why you wrote the book.
Well, I wrote the book because I'm not an ideologue. I mean, I have been in the crime business for over 3 decades, and I think I said that before. And I know a con when I see it. And I think that what has happened...
Now, this is the judge saying this. This is the judge that they brought...
I see her, yes.
Yep, that they brought onto the show.
In the last... I think that what has happened truly in the last campaign, and everybody needs to be concerned about that. Lady Justice is supposed to be blind.
Now, what you don't... If you don't know who this person is, she's got shows on CNN. Oh, my God, CNN. But she's got all these talk shows and whatnot.
She is an extremely... well-versed legal consultant.
Yes, she is. So she's not just some judge they pulled off the street. She's
Right.
got some history. She's got some background, both positive and negative on both sides of the party. So,
and when you start creating fake investigations, fake counterintelligence, you saw it yourself with Peter Strzok, who comes out and basically says he hates the president and he's going to take care of everything. They then go to a judge and get a warrant. That's a problem for me, and it should be a problem.
Can I ask you? You just said
The warrant. Look, I've been a judge.
Here we go.
I signed those things. The warrant was based on a fake document by an opposing candidate in a national presidential race. This is what happens.
It was
in
not
third
only based
world
on that, and you
countries.
know that.
I do.
see, now everyone's getting upset.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
just stating facts.
No, it is
Janine, you just said you're not an ideologue.
Here we go.
I'm not. I am in law enforcement.
Let me ask you the
and
question.
It's right and wrong.
Do you think Donald Trump embraces and embodies conservative ideology? Remember, he used to be have a different position on pro-choice. He's imposing tariffs. He's against globalism. Do you think he is an ideologue that is faithful to conservative policies?
I'm not.
Okay. Good question? Not good question? Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay.
That's putting her in the hot seat.
Okay, here we go.
To talk about what Donald Trump is and isn't.
No, you got to answer the question.
Talk about the book. You want to talk about Donald Trump? You tell me what metric in this country is worse off. Unemployment is lower than it's been in 50 years.
She's right.
Okay.
Minorities, Hispanics, African Americans
A
have
couple people clapping in the audience. You hear that?
Right,
They're
right.
probably
And they should be clapping.
Well, they're probably escorted out after this.
President Obama. It's not because of
Hate
Obama.
crimes are worse.
Now, Whoopi's getting upset.
Wait a minute. The GDP under Obama was barely 1. We're going up to 4.
So
you want to talk about hate crime?
I'll tell you about
I
a
fought
metric.
for a law for hate crime.
I also think it's important, as we said, 89% of the Republican Party still support.
Now, this woman that's speaking here is the one that they brought on to kind of push her buttons, this judge's buttons. So let's see what she has to say.
Him, he still has huge popularity in the country, and if Democrats don't get their you-know-what together, he's certainly going to get
here's my question for you. Here's my question for you, because
you can see all if you're watching the video here on the Prophet Radio website or through YouTube, you can see all the women. They're getting nervous.
And they want to get their word in.
Well, watch them. They're all breathing deep. You ever, been put on the spot and you get kind of upset and everyone's taking these big deep breaths.
But notice how cool that judge is.
Oh yeah.
Talk about
Here she goes.
You talk about,
I am not, Judge.
Nobody is.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just point at me?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't have Trump derangement. Let me tell you what I have.
Okay.
I have
Let me rewind
Did
that.
you just point at me?
Yeah.
Here's my question for you, because you talk about you
Did you hear her? She said you suffer from Trump derangement.
Yeah.
And then the girl that was I apologize, I don't know these people's names. She's like, "Are you talking to me?" She's like, "No." And she pointed right to Whoopi.
I am not, Judge.
Nobody is.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just point at me?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't have Trump derangement. Let me tell you what I have.
Okay.
I have a lot of. I'm tired.
Here we go.
Of people starting a conversation with Mexicans or liars and rapists.
Here we go.
I'm tired of people starting a conversation about this country. Listen, I'm 62 years old. There have been a lot of people in office that I didn't agree with, but I have never, ever seen anything like this. I've never seen anybody whip up such hate. I've never seen anybody be so dismissive.
Is he whipping up hate though? I don't understand. I mean, he says a lot of dumb stuff. But
he's got a lot more support than one would think.
Right. So here we go. And then she's taking it on the chin. She's got
clearly you don't watch the show, so you don't know that I don't suffer from that. What I suffer from is the inability to figure out how to fix this. That's my issue. But one of the things that you talk about a lot, and I'm curious about it, is the deep state. How long has the deep state been there, and who's running it?
Well,
now she looks at the camera for approval. Is what she's looking at. If you're watching the video, she's looking at the camera.
Is it a good question?
Yeah, is that a good question? Did I do right? Did I do okay? Did I read it okay? Yeah.
You had to ask you.
So obviously it's not her own fault. Or her own thought. So she's looking at the camera still off camera. She's still looking.
Her opening statement, which was how horrible it is, that Donald Trump is talking about
that's
all
what
of these
I'm
people.
sorry,
You know what
that's
I
what
think
you
is
said.
horrible?
You said.
Whoopi, you know what's horrible? When
It's okay.
Necks are rolling left and right.
Here end up murdering the children of American citizens.
You know what's horrible? When the president of the United States whips up people to beat the hell out of people.
No.
Say goodbye.
Oh, there it is. There's a famous statement.
Hero, her book, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, is out now.
So they cut the segment, and there it is. So.
Welcome back. So you saw me do something I very rarely do. I very rarely lose my cool, and I'm not proud of it. I don't like it. But I also don't like being accused of being hysterical, because that's one of the things I try not to be.
Well,
on
you
this
were
show.
hysterical.
So
yeah, clearly.
So, anyways, and what happened after this whole interview and stuff, and during the break, she actually met Judge Pirro in the behind the studios, behind the screens and stuff, and actually said, "Get the fuck out of my face." Whoopi said this to the lady. Or to the judge, and the judge like, really? We're gonna do this right here? And Whoopi's like, get the fuck out of my face, get the fuck out of my building, she was dropping F-bombs left and right.
Wow, no,
and
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the update that just happened, and so what do you do? I say, what do you do? But she's like,
I'm sorry, Whoopi, but I mean, it simply shows her ignorance.
She asked all these questions and would not let her answer them.
No response.
And she wasn't getting a response quick enough, or what she wanted to hear, the key words, the trigger words and stuff. And then just said, bye, see ya, bye, get out of here. It's my show. I've been here 62 years on the planet. I'm Whoopi Goldberg. This is my show.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm out of here.
And I don't care what color you are. I mean, when you're out of line, you're out of line. And that was out of line. You don't ask a question and then not allow a response.
It was just hard. It was the whole segment was horrible. It was horrible, and I wanted to bring that up. It was just a small little touch I wanted to talk about, because people talk about it. I mean, I don't know. So, and speaking of talking about stuff, there's a. Do you want to go heavy? You want to go light? You want to go heavy or light? You want to? What do you want?
Pretty heavy. Let's go light for a little bit.
Okay, we'll go light for a little bit, and we probably won't even talk about what happened to Papa John or Hulk Hogan or Paula Dean or all the other people that said...
these are all the other famous
people.
people.
The famous people that said the N-word, and guess what? Most of them are back into the spotlight, and everyone forgot. So I guess 3 years is happening. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Just write a new cookbook.
All right. After this. I'm grabbing...
I saw that.
I grabbed my headphones. Yeah, see,
What was that?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
I did.
Yeah, no, that was horrible. Absolutely. Especially when you're the main person of the show. You should be the one demonstrating how the show should go, not how it shouldn't go.
Well...
And when she reacts like that, that caused the judge and that judge wouldn't let her get a word in edgewise. Well, she kept at her.
They kept going up, and she put her elbows up on the table, and she's trying to get higher up than Whoopie. I mean, that's dog fighting a dog.
No, I'm never good. I'm always great.
You need one or no?
Yeah. Thank you.
You didn't hear anything about that?
No, not a word. Not a word.
Oh, God, it's been all over the friggin'... By the way, here, let me show you.
Oh, okay. Stickers are in.
So, I'll give you a roll. Ready? Wait. I got 1,000 stickers.
I have to start putting them all over my computer.
Free.
Really?
One of the sales guys I work with, I did all those installs and stuff, helping him with the installs.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Trav, come on, I'll buy you lunch. I'm like, I don't want lunch.
Buy me something else.
I said, I need some stickers made. Whatever you want, man. What do you want? I said, I sent him the thing. I said, I want this. I said, I want, 500 is all I need. Call me back. I can get them. Took a while and stuff for the proof. He sent me the proof. Like the proof. Had them made. 1K.
Terrific.
I think that's kind of...
And free is always good.
The bill would have been... What was the bill? 1,000 labels. 1 plate. So they had to make the plate to do the
Yes.
sticker. So the 1,000 labels would have been $95 plus the plate was $40. $135. Now,
Not bad for a little bit of savings.
well, if I would have bought 1,000 stickers of these online, it would have been easily $500.
Really?
Yep. Easily. Because he even asked me, he's like, what kind of adhesive you want on it? I said, I want permanent. He goes, are they going to be out in the sun? Yeah. So you want vinyl? I'm like, Phil, I don't know. I need a bumper sticker.
Man.
I need a bumper sticker. I need it to say this. It needs to stay on someone's car. However you need to do it, do it.
Yeah. Man, I gotta get a fucking haircut this week.
I know, I do too. I'm in that warehouse and I can feel the sweat sticking on my hairs around my ear balls.
Now, I never hear that happen with your other headphones. I mean, with the big ones.
Right, because you can actually hear what's being said out of them.
Got it.
So then it just performs a vicious circle.
Yeah.
That's why you get headphones that got them. But
Muffled.
I can't hear anything out of those. These I can hear everything, even though it's in one ear. All right, so we did Judge Pyro update.
Puro,
whatever.
like think pirouette.
Right. All right, so we're gonna come back. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what'd I do? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I'm so stressed out. Oh, that last episode, that last segment actually stressed me out.
But that's what makes good radio.
I know it does, but when you hear that stuff and you're fight, I would fight tooth and nail both sides, and I'm gonna
because it's a personal affront.
It's not. Well, I just want everyone to get along, and that's all I want to talk about. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call here at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina at 407-448-8800. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel, which we do the live videos and stuff. You can see me and Teacher Man here in the studio. You can actually see the my monitor here of what's going on. So when I play videos and whatnot, you can see the videos right there on the video that you're watching. So it's a video in video. How about that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want to touch on this real quick. Papa John's is fighting back.
Well, why did he leave if he was going to fight back?
Well, I think they kind of forced him to step down. They forced him to step down. He was sitting in his office, and then they went down to his office and said, "You can't stay here." But he still he still owns 35% of the company, so he's going to do all right. And I know everyone's worried about it, but he's
but that's not a controlling share.
No, it's not a controlling share, but he's fighting back that the media, someone blackmailed him. Oh, sorry, damn it.
They gave it away.
Not blackmail. I didn't mean to say blackmail because that's horrible to say as far
blackballed him?
No, because of what he said. I didn't want to say blackmail. That's totally.
I get it now.
All right, thank you. I didn't mean to say that.
Oh, man.
Totally. I'm sorry. But what happened is they're saying that they put a plant into his office, and he's fighting that back now. So I don't know what's going on there. But hey, do you remember when Hulk Hogan said it about 3 years ago?
Yes, I do.
And that was in the court hearings when he was talking about his daughter. His daughter, and in the court hearings and stuff, he said his daughter was dating a black man. And he said, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 and then blah, blah, blah.
Wasn't black man.
Right. And then Paula Deen did the same thing when she said she was setting up for a wedding. They were doing a Southern-style wedding and actually said the N-word, too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say they're back on track. That they've been punished. They understand that, a lot of stuff has happened to them, but people forget that they said that. I mean, what about Howard Cosell when he said the one thing?
Yes, I do remember that as well. But I mean, talk about love a guy to death. I mean, he was fantastic.
So, anyways, that's what's happening there. So I guess give Papa John's about two and a half years, and
he'll be back in the pizza.
Well, not only that, I think the news cycle will he'll get buried underneath the news cycle.
I don't think that he's ever going to be the face of Papa John's again. Do you think?
Unless he loses a lot of weight and stops eating that pizza, Jesus Christ, he looks like a swollen friggin' starfish. He looks like a friggin' clam oyster that you pulled apart, and he's just a big swollen. He's sweaty,
and he's got the hair of a 15-year-old. I mean, how much darker black can you dye it?
You look at the old videos of Papa John's when he first came out. He was a young little kid. I say young little kid. He was probably mid-30s and 40s, like me and you.
Yeah.
And he was skinny, but man, his face is all swollen up. He might have what's the disease where your body just retains water and you just swell up?
Elephantiasis?
No.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about. You see a lot of people in the electric chairs with their cankles are freaking swollen up. They just look like they retain water all day long.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right.
The name of the disease escapes me.
All right. So, I got some bad news, but it's good news to bad news, so I don't know how you want to take this. Chick-fil-A. We love Chick-fil-A.
You know,
You don't like it?
me, not so much.
Why? What's wrong with Chick-fil-A?
I'm just, you know, if I get Chick-fil-A, I get it with, it's, you know, my thing, dry it in a popcorn fart.
Right.
That's what those things are. If I get a Chick-fil-A, I get it without the bun, without the whatever that is.
Why?
Biscuit or whatever. Because I do like the chicken. I love chicken.
What about a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, what has it got on it?
Chicken sandwich?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's what I mean.
It's a chicken sandwich, and it's done correctly. It's nice and moist, and it's got 2 pickles on it, unless you don't want them, and it's got 2 buns. Or top and a bottom bun.
Keep it.
Really?
Yeah.
So where do you want your...
I'll tell you where there's a chicken sandwich. And this chicken sandwich is absolutely awesome. I've been telling my daughter about it
If you
as
say
well.
Jack in the Box, I'm going to punch you right in the face.
No. It is Wendy's.
Okay.
And it's a grilled chicken.
I'll agree with that. I will, because Wendy's, in some extent, has stepped up their menu. They're actually the #1 fast food joint right now, as far as...
I'm telling you what. You know what? I never get a hamburger there anymore. I like their
Baconator?
No.
That's what I get. Here we go, talking about food again. Everyone's gonna starve.
Cheese and cheddar, which is a cheddar. They put like that cheese whiz on it, and then they put cheese on it as well. And it's just a burger, but it's so.
What if we put a hamburger with a hamburger bun and surround it with a hamburger?
You know, one of my favorite hamburgers growing up was Wetson's. I never had a McDonald's till I was probably in my 20s.
Wetson's?
Wetson's.
Don't they make oil?
Well, I mean, if you taste the hamburgers, you probably think so. But they made a cheeseburger, and this is where I learned to like cheeseburgers.
Hold on. Before we skip over Wetson's, where is Wetson's at? Is it a chain or is it a mom-and-pop place?
It is no more. It was a chain.
You didn't answer my question. It was a chain.
No,
okay.
it was a chain.
Okay, it's a chain.
But it is no more.
All right.
They made cheeseburgers with the liquid cheese. And I am telling you what, it was like taking a spoonful of cheese whiz out of the jar, spreading that on a bun, putting a hamburger on it, and oh man, that was good.
I know when I go down the aisles, even in Publix or whatever grocery store, they always have like a bulk aisle. And I always see the big jar of cheese. It's like a tin where you have to take a what do they call it, a cat key to open it up.
Coffee can key.
Yeah, coffee can key. And I'm like going, babe, can I get this? And she's like going, no. And then after years of me saying this, every time we go down the aisle, she's like, you really want it?
Nah.
I'm like, no, babe, I just want to see your reaction. But yeah, the cheese whiz that you see on that.
I love me some cheese whiz.
So, cheese whiz.
Anyway, back to the chicken.
Chick-fil-A is getting rid of, or actually killing, something that's been on their menu, and the cool thing is, I don't know the cool thing if that's the right word, but something that they only put on their menu once a year. All right, here's your clues.
Okay.
They put on their menu once a year. All right, you want to play 5 questions, 20 questions?
Well, just do 5.
Okay, it's on their menu once a year.
Okay, first question. What time of the year?
Usually around September.
Well, it's got to be a barbecue chicken.
I'm going to give you a clue. It's not an edible item.
Then how is it on a menu?
It's on the menu. It's on their kiosk thing.
A waiter?
No, it's on their menu in September. Okay, let's do this. They're not the only ones that produce something every September for everyone. For example, your Staples, Walmart, your mom and pop shops, all this stuff produce this one item that comes out in September, and it always says, oh, I'm going to give it away.
You're going to give it away.
I'm going to give it away. It says 16 months. 16 months.
16 months?
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever they're giving away always says good for 16 months.
Damn, I must be living on a different planet. I have no idea.
When's the last time you got a calendar?
Oh, I get a calendar every year.
Right. But usually they come out in September, and it always says good for 16 months because it always has September, October, November, December, and then it's got... the
new year.
It's got the new year. So Chick-fil-A is getting rid of their cow calendars.
Really?
Completely. Getting rid of them.
Well, because they're an expense that, offers no return.
But I mean, I hate to say this, but everyone doesn't even carry a watch around anymore. No one's got, clocks or whatever on the wall. They got their phones. They got all their stuff on their phones. So who looks at the calendar anymore?
Well, let me see.
Okay.
Must be time to look at my calendar because my watch says so.
Right. So, yeah, Chick-fil-A is getting rid of their calendars. No more calendars.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically speaking, I can see that.
They're killing the cow calendar. So, unfortunately, this will be the last year. And so, I guess that's it. The cow calendar's gone.
Get your calendar this year. Don't unwrap it.
Right.
It'll be worth some money someday.
Yeah, it won't be worth shit unless something actually happens with Chick-fil-A and they actually, fall off the map or do something incredibly stupid or something like
Probably
that.
go on a program with Whoopie.
Oh, God almighty. And the one thing I never understood, and I don't understand why people are up in arms or not up in arms about it when they see the cows eat more chicken.
Yeah.
You never see a response from the chickens saying why us. You never see them like,
how come we're getting picked on?
Yeah, how come we're getting picked on? You always see the calendars up on the billboards and they actually put like physical dummy cows up on the billboard, and you never see like the like Burger King. You know what, you would think someone who sells just like, for example, Beefy King in Orlando, Florida. If you've never been there, have you been there before?
Beefy King?
Beefy King. Are you familiar with Beefy King?
No.
Holy Jesus, where have you been?
No, I've never been to Beefy King.
Do you know? All right, here we go. We're kind of
Tell me where one is.
I don't want to say pigeonhole again because that's twice I've said that today. Downtown Orlando. Okay?
Okay.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Downtown Orlando. Outside of downtown Orlando, just to the east, is the Herndon Airport.
I know where that is.
Okay.
The executive airport.
Well, yeah, it used to be called Herndon because it was Herndon Road at the time.
Right.
That's where John Travolta flies in. Hey, making me sick. All right. So outside of that is where the T.G. Lee factory is. The T.G. Lee milk.
Yes.
Okay. And there's a Navy base just outside of that.
What?
And it's a small Navy base. It's an annex.
Patrick. Used to be Patrick
No.
Air Force.
No. Patrick's on the East Coast. There's a small Navy base annex that's there. It's not there anymore, but it used to be there.
McCoy.
Yes.
McCoy
No.
Air Force Base.
That's by the airport. Anyways.
Well, that's where the Air Force Base used to be.
That's the Navy base. McCoy was the Navy base. All right. So, T.G. Lee, what they call now the Milk District. They call that the Milk District because they built up so much and stuff. It's a place called Beefy King, and I forget what road it's on. It's right off 50, and it's got the old school. It's a steer head with big long horns, and they've got fresh. It's kind of like Culver's, but only a standalone.
Okay.
So, anyways, that's Beefy King. I totally just blew that whole segment as far as explaining what Beefy King is. Go to beefyking.com. That's the only thing I have to say, and tell them Deacon Live sent you, and
I
see what happens.
Florida. You know how many years I lived in Florida, and
this is
never heard of it.
This is small. I mean, it's no bigger than a Taco Bell.
No.
You all right? You want a cigarette or something? You good?
Give me my cigars over there,
okay.
please.
You can't smoke in the studio, but you can put it in your mouth.
Yeah, and matter of fact, the dentist told me to stop doing that. Put my cigar. You know how I like.
I was going to say,
my cigars.
Smoke in the studio.
Yeah, no, I don't smoke in the studio.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, Beefy King.
Did you? And I'm sure you did because it's down your way. Mm-hmm. One of my son's companies used to be right on 50, and it was right down the block from Hot Dog Heaven.
Yeah, Hot Dog Heaven's in Titusville.
Well, what's the one on 50 in Orlando there?
It's not Hot Dog Heaven. It's Dogs R Us or something like that. It's got the big huge pitchfork with the hot dog on it. I'm 50.
I could have sworn it was Hot Dog Heaven.
Hot Dog Heaven is in Titusville, right there by the space station, or the Titusville. Well,
that would be Canaveral.
Yeah, Canaveral.
Okay,
I know. My grandma used to live in Titusville. That's why I know.
Well, it was right down the block from.
I'm just shooting all your shit out of the water, isn't
company, Fluid Technologies, and we used to go there for lunch all the time. I'm telling you.
Yes,
I'm going to ask my daughter when she gets home what the name of that hot dog place was.
Well, yeah, when we get home, yeah.
Yeah.
But
when she gets home, because we'll probably get home there before she does.
But it's got a red atrium over the thing, and they got outside seating. You can sit there and look at Highway 50.
Right.
And there's like a couple car dealerships or boat dealerships across the street from that. Yeah.
But there was a boat dealership right next door. Oh, no, that was right next door to my son's place.
All right, we're alienating our whole audience right now. So
let's get out of here.
So, speaking of alienating your audience and whatnot, almond milk. Do you drink almond milk?
I tried it. Don't like it.
Why not?
I just don't like it.
What's wrong with it?
I like regular milk. I grew up with regular milk. I like regular milk.
Mm-hmm.
I like Fairlife. I know it's a little bit more expensive.
Tell me more about Fairlife, because a lot of people are on that Fairlife kick, and I can't get into it.
Well, it's lactose free, which that affects a lot of people. Never affected me, but it affects a lot of people.
Okay.
B, it has the regular milk. It has the skim milk. It has the 2%. And it also has the omega infused milk, which is not lactose free.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But anyway, it's like I said, it's a little more expensive, but it lasts forever.
Because they double, triple pasteurize it.
Yes, they do, and filter it as well many times.
So do they pump more stuff in it or no?
Have you tried it?
No.
Oh, Trav, it is, and I know you're a milk fan.
Right.
That is so smooth. It's like when you drink the whole milk, which is what I get.
Right.
It's like the cream we used to get when I was a kid.
What about because that would sit on the top of the
right.
But what about calories? Is it?
No, it's half the calories. It's half the sugar, and it's double the one of the vitamins or one of the things that's good for milk.
Double the price.
Well, that it is.
All right, so I drink smoothies every morning. I do a protein. I do 2 scoops of protein. I do 2 bananas. I do yogurts for my cultures and whatnot, and I do a little bit of creatine because I'm totally working out. But I put in 2% milk. So should I buy the Fairlife?
And you can buy it in 2%.
So why would I buy 2% Fairlife over 2% milk that I...
Well, then buy the whole milk. But try... You need...
I don't want the whole milk because of calories. That's what I'm saying.
It's less calories than your 2% that you put in your shakes.
Is it really?
I guarantee it.
So the whole... Hold on. The whole life full strength is half the calories of the 2% that I buy right now.
Right.
All right.
It's 50% of the calorie, 50% of regular milk calories, plus it's lower than 2% milk calories.
All right, I'm gonna take pictures of this and you guys can see it on the Instagram.
And also check the sugars on it.
So it's lower.
Very much so.
But does regular milk have sugar in it? Really? That bad?
Read the label.
Well, that's why I said 2% I drink all that. Anyway, so speaking of milk and Fairlife, he's got me all off track here. I'm getting excited now. I'm like, ooh, I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow, and I'm going to buy some Fairlife. So the FDA is set to crack down on non-dairy products that are marked, quote-unquote, as milk. The agency will publish a new guidance that can be described as milk, says Scott Gottlieb from the FDA, the commissioner of FDA. I'll wait for you to put your glasses on.
Food and Drug Administration.
Here's the best line. He told the audience, "An almond does not lactate. I will confess." So it says the current standards of milk, which states milk is a lactase. What's this word right here? Lacteal secretions, practically free from
colostrum.
I'm glad he's here to help me read.
Obtained by the complete milking of one or more healthy cows.
There you go. FDA will soon begin gathering public comment on the issue before acting and redefining milk products, he revealed. All right, this is going to take time, he said. It's not going to go away over 2 years. Probably takes some close to a year to get through the process. So he comments that, the dairy and meat industry's attempt to deal with consumers shunning traditional products for animal-free alternatives. So everyone's going to the almond milk, and they're saying, you can't put almond milk on it when it's not an almond does not lactate. So how do you feel about that?
Well, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to say it's a soy product or it's an almond product, but it is not milk.
Well, that's something that
an almond drink.
I don't know if we've talked about this before or whether on the air or off the air. When you have cream, there's two different kinds of cream. If you look at your labels when you buy something, there's cream, which is spelled normally
CREAM.
Okay, and then there's cream, like you buy out of a snack machine, that is CREME.
Yes.
And what it has, if that's on the label, there is absolutely no dairy product whatsoever in that product.
But you can be guaranteed that there's a lot of damn sugar. Careful with that.
Sorry. You said a lot of sugar?
A lot of sugar. Yeah. Well, because that's what that... Do you know that bakers make icing sometimes out of Crisco and sugar?
Yeah. Well, that's like fondant or whatever. Isn't that what they do? How do they make fondant?
I don't know what fondant is.
You don't know what...
I know how to fondle, but I don't know what fondant is.
Fondant is when you see on like the Cake Boss and all the cooking shows where they have like a crumbly cake and they want to make like I say crumbly. Let me start over. When you have a cake and you want to put like these actual edible designs like flowers and stuff, they'll roll it out, and that's fondant because they can literally take an X-Acto knife and cut it out. It's still... I know you're watching me on the video. I'm holding up.
Boy, you're quite the baker.
Well, it's what happens when your wife watches all these shows and say, but they cut out, they roll the fondant out, and it's almost like a thick poly something, and they cut out the leaves and stuff, and you can hold them up, and then you can shape them. It's like Play-Doh, is what it ends up being.
Wow,
that's fondant.
You know what? The teacher man got taught today.
There's your lesson. Fondant is basically edible Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Now, I'll take a good buttercream anytime.
I love...
Or my favorite is strawberry shortcake with the real whipped cream.
Do you know who the Pioneer Woman is?
Yes, I do.
And who is she? Do you know?
Rhea or Ray. I forget her last name.
I don't know her last name either. I know that our whole entire kitchen at the French has nothing but the Pioneer Woman stuff. We got Pioneer
quality stuff.
Is it quality?
Yes, it's very good quality.
I'm not. My wife says I'm not allowed to touch any of those things because I burn the pots and stuff that I get. I got the stuff, the copper, that you see advertised on TV, the copper tinted, or not copper tinted, but the copper plated stuff. Those are my pots and pans. If I burn them, I burn them. You're not allowed to touch mine. You're not allowed to touch my pots and pans. I'm like, okay, so I've got this set over here that I use on a daily basis. But our whole entire kitchen.
But from what I've seen, you're doing pretty good with those.
Well, I had you over on 4th of July weekend. I made some stuff for you, but I mean, I don't cook that often. But but the whole kitchen is the Pioneer Woman, our motif. So it's that teal and paisley and whatnot. So I'm gonna take some lessons from her. She's got some hot tips as far as food.
Yes.
And I'm going to play her, or actually play or go over her thing here in just a few minutes. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back.
I think I might have to take a leak.
Okay.
Do you have to go? I'll wait.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I'm going to stretch the legs. Oh. Okay. I'm a new man.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot I left that light on over there.
This one?
Yeah.
Which is the switch here?
Don't worry about it. We're almost halfway through. Well, I say halfway through. We're...
Okay.
She should be home right when we're wrapping up. She left at 6, so it takes an hour to get home. It's already... So...
Is that 6:45 already?
No.
Oh.
6:24. See? That's why they're getting rid of the calendars. Because you can't tell the difference.
Right. Well, I can't tell without my eyes.
All right, let me pull up the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, FDA cracking down on the term milk.
Well, by definition, I mean, milk has always come from a cow, and if it doesn't come from a cow...
What about rat milk?
Well...
Or goat milk, I mean...
Well, because milk comes from a... Let me rephrase it. Mm-hmm. Milk comes from a mammal. Mm-hmm. Mammal. And, sure? Yes. All mammals produce milk.
Right.
And so if it comes from a mammal, you can get milk products from it. So
okay.
Rats, monkeys, whatever you want to... Whoever tits you want to squeeze... You'll get milk.
You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. Actually, not stick around. Welcome back. Let me start that. I'm fucked that all up, so I'm going to cut that out. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over there is Teacher Man.
And howdy doody.
We're talking about milk and squeezing tits. No, we weren't.
I like the squeezing tits part.
Come on. Well, I got to cut that whole segment out. That's horrible. All right, done. That's horrible. I was trying to catch you saying something, but it didn't work.
Catch me saying something?
Yeah. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over there is Teacher Man.
And howdy doody doody.
And we were talking about milk comes from a mammal, not from an almond or a nut.
Right.
I know a couple mammals that are nuts, but
Right.
and
they still squeeze milk out.
yeah, nonetheless. So we were also talking about like kitchen stuff and techniques and hints, and summertime's getting ready to wrap up and stuff, and we were talking about my whole entire kitchen looks like this goddamn pioneer woman's stuff. I got paisleys and greens and tapestries and and reds and whites and stuff. Now it looks nice and whatnot, but she's got her own, this little article that says the 33 tips the pioneer woman's best kitchen tips. So here we go. Oh God.
And we couldn't think of her last name, Ree Drummond.
Yep, that's her name. Ree Drummond is her name. So she started sharing her recipes and lifestyle tips on her blog in 2006 after moving back from Oklahoma, from the city where her cowboy husband. So she has millions of followers on social. So she's one of those internet stars. So here we go. Chill your dough so cinnamon rolls keep their shape. So when you do...
I don't do cinnamon rolls because I can't do them without. I need to have that icing if I'm going to do cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, so freeze it. That's a common stupid thing.
Yeah.
Add barbecue sauce to the ribs after they're cooked. Yep, we knew that. Do you know that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That way it doesn't burn. Remove cookies from the oven before they're done.
Because they keep cooking.
They keep finishing. Jazz up frozen bread rolls. No time to make your own bread rolls. Buy frozen unbaked ones. Pimp them up with extra flavor by placing them in lightly buttered skillet. All right, this is not helping me at all. This is all bad stuff.
But you gotta remember those Alfredo dipping sticks.
Yes.
Oh, they were good.
They were good. Leave fries to soak overnight before frying them twice. So if you're doing, let's see, make perfect fries worst of the time. Slicing potatoes in thin sticks are crispier, and then soak them in water. Well, you've seen that. They soak them in water.
Do you know why?
Because it gets some of the starch out or something, doesn't it?
Some of the starch and sugars.
Yes, so there you go. So that's twice baked. Let's see what this pomegranate seeds. Fuck that. Stick to rice pudding rules. Fuck that. Lemon paste. I don't care about lemon cake. This is all. You got to read her blog for some of this stuff. Add quick oats to meatballs. Why would you add quick oats?
Well, instead of adding breadcrumbs.
Okay.
As a binding agent or a thickening agent, instead of breadcrumbs and eggs, add oats and eggs.
All right. Add liquid soaked brisket. Don't cook potatoes in a pot roast. See? This is why my mom's potatoes never cooked. Don't cook potatoes in a pot roast.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. Now, what I don't agree with, well, that's a pot roast. Is I love cooking those potatoes in the oven. Garlic potatoes around a roast. Oh, and olive oil and garlic and salt and pepper. Man, oh man.
Cooking eggs. See, these making risotto. All right, be patient. Let the pizza dough age. I guess when you're making your own pizza dough. These are tips. These are. You know what these tips are, and granted, I appreciate that. These are tips for people that are at home,
and have the time to do that.
Have the time to do that. Make your own hollandaise sauce in a blender. So I thought this was going to help us out a little bit more. It's not.
Hollandaise sauce breaks a lot too. You got to be pretty good to cook a good hollandaise sauce.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Add a splash of vanilla to the cinnamon for your toast. Where you're doing your cinnamon toast. That's probably how that cinnamon toast crunch stuff. Anyways, so that's what we were doing there. Teacher Man, you text a lot?
You know what? I've learned to. And I've learned I think you've seen more of me texting.
Yeah, because I'm like going, hey, where you at? Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you pick this up? Hey, because unfortunately, I hate to say this, but you've been helping me out a lot, and I appreciate that tremendously.
No problem, and I'm glad to do it. And I've been texting my daughter a lot more. And
do you have problems seeing the screens and stuff and spelling out words?
Not at all. I'm a lot slower than most people. I mean, Jesus, Amy buzzes across that thing like nobody's business.
Right.
Not me.
No.
Nope.
What if you had do you know what an emoji is?
Yes, I do. I do know what an emoji is.
Okay, what's an emoji?
That's one
of
those...
You tell me what an emoji is.
Okay, an emoji is one of those yellow faces that you put at the end of your text.
Okay.
It can be a crying emoji. It can be a, one that represents you. It can be an animal. It can be, there you go, crying, cold face, hot face. I don't know.
I know, he's looking at the screen.
Does it have a pimply face?
Well, hold on. So, in 2018...
Yes, I was looking at the screen.
I know. So, in 2018, they have come up with another 157 emojis. New emojis. Now, when I say 157 emojis, it's not individual emojis. So, for example, if you have a hand and it's white, there's 5 to 6 different shades. So it goes from white. Like, remember when Band-Aids came in like certain shades of skin tone?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the same thing. So the emoji, 85% of these emojis are different skin tones. So if you've got a hand doing a thumbs up, that thumbs up's in like 5 different hand shades. So there's a black thumb up, and they're
Why would you need that?
I don't know, but that's what they're doing. So
yeah,
you see them all.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. So we're gonna do a quick breakdown of the new emojis coming out in 2018. You ready? Here we go.
Hot face, cold face.
Hold on. I want Teacher Man to read all this. Ready?
Partying face. Doesn't have the crossed eyes though. Pleading face. Pet me, woozy face. Smiling with 3 hearts. Hot face, cold face.
Oops, sorry. I switched screens.
Red-haired. Ginger. Curly-haired.
But look at their skin tones are changing.
Yeah. White-haired.
Skin tones changing.
Bald skin tones. Supervillain.
Skin tones and hair changing.
Superhero.
Same thing.
Yep. Leg. Now, why in the hell? And foot.
And
I'll kick your ass.
in all different skin tones. And then you got tooth,
bone. Like I broke my leg. Goggles. Lab coat. You know what? I used to wear a lab coat every day.
Yeah.
Yep. Hiking boot. Woman's flat shoe. What the hell is that? A pickle?
Microbe.
Oh, microbe. Mosquito. Parrot. I'm surprised the parrot's not eating them. Peacock. Badger.
Yep.
Raccoon. Swan.
And a swan. Yeah.
Kangaroo. Lobster. Hippo and a llama.
Can you think of where
in Spanish it would be llama.
Could you think of anywhere where you could use the latest ones that have just come up?
No.
No? All right. Well, that might shorten your texting thing. So.
Well, I mean, if I was going to, I could use llama, short for yarmulke. If I was going to
a Jewish celebration.
Yeah, like the temple.
All right. So mooncake. What's a mooncake?
I'm guessing that's moon pie.
I don't know. Mooncake, moon pie.
That's a southern thing. Luggage, compass,
bricks,
skateboard.
Yeah.
Jeez, flying disc,
lacrosse, jigsaw, chess pawn, a toolbox, and a magnet. These are things that I don't know. I guess they're demanding test tube and a petri dish. Like you came from this.
Yeah, this is your science lessons.
Yep. Abacus.
Yes.
The funny part is, I don't even know if someone's going to know what an abacus is to text and use the emoji abacus. They're probably going to use it as like Connect 4 or something stupid. Fire extinguisher, safety pin, yarn. There's a whole bunch of them out there that sometimes they make sense, sometimes they don't. Roll of toilet paper.
So try some of this one day.
Right. So there's 157 emojis coming out this 2018. So look for them. Some of them, like I said, most of them are skin tones and whatnot. So that's it. That's a 2018 emoji. So when you're,
I'm happy for everybody that's looking for the skin tones.
Well, when you start texting people and whatnot, you can put in I've got a hot foot or dead foot or I got a suntan, Blackfoot, or I got a suntan, or I don't got a suntan, or my hair. Do I need a haircut? And here's my blonde hair. Here's my I don't know. It's
I don't know either.
I don't know. Oh God. So Walmart. Do you shop at Walmart at all?
I do. I like Walmart.
Right.
I like Walmart. I like Walmart better for clothing sales and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Better than groceries. I mean, I do well with the groceries, but I'm picky.
So if you don't go to Walmart, what's the other store that you would go to?
Publix.
Okay. If you couldn't go to Publix or Walmart, what's the next one you go to?
Food Lion.
And so on a scale of the top and bottom, where do you put the top?
Publix is number 1, Walmart is number 2, Food Lion is number 3.
Okay, so what's more accessible to you as far as the top 3?
Food Lion.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's the one I have to drive the least to get to.
Now, do they guarantee their prices?
What do you mean guarantee their prices?
Do they guarantee their prices? Like if you buy something at Food Lion in the next 7 days, if it goes up, do you get the difference?
I never checked.
What do you mean?
I never checked. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the receipt dealio.
Yes.
No, I don't do that. I don't know. Food Lion doesn't have that.
So a lot of people, and they haven't been pushing this for a long time, and I've been a member of it for at least, well, since we moved to Charlotte, so at least last 4 years.
I know.
And what Walmart does, if you don't understand what they're doing, is that they have what they call, I think it's called Catcher, Walmart Catcher, Price Catcher, or something like that. And what happens is you scan your receipt, you get the app on your phone, and you scan your receipt, and if in the next 7 days, if something goes lower than the price that you bought, but it's got to be advertised, if some, like for example, you buy a case of beer for, let's say $5. Not $5, I buy that all day long. But you buy a case of beer for $5.
I would sit in the beer aisle.
Right. And then within the next 7 days, Publix has that same case of beer for $4, and they advertise it. Walmart will actually give you $1 back.
So it's like kind of like a food savings account.
Yeah, it is a food savings account, and I put it in there, and I don't use it and everything. And we wait. We always say, all right, Christmas time, because we do big meals and stuff. We're always cash it out. I think I've got over $600-700 in our Walmart savings account.
Whoa!
Well, we've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years, and every time we go shopping, we always get $1 here. And I exaggerate, $600-700. It's probably like
but it all adds up,
right? $200 or $300 here, or $200 or $300, 20 cents here, 30 cents here, 50 cents here, or it's amazing. Sometimes I forget what it was. We bought something physically, and it's not just food. Like physically, we bought, let's say, like a bristle. A vacuum cleaner or some kind of like windshield wipers or something. Something that's.
I thought it was your Depends.
No, it's not my Depends. But we bought something that is a national product through other stores, and it went on sale somewhere else, and we got like $15 back.
Wow. Because
they found it, but it's a 7-day thing. So as soon as we walk out of the store, we scan it, and then
gives you the most for your 7 days.
It gives you the most for 7 days.
Smart guy.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, we do that, and as much as my wife says, Publix got the best produce. Publix got the best produce. The produce that we get at Walmart, it's good. It's getting better.
Yeah, the produce at Walmart
is getting a lot better, and they realize it in this side of town and this side of the area that it's getting. It's got to be better because Publix is moving in, and their produce is
well. And where I think the shortfall is cold cuts in Walmart. Walmart does not. I mean, not that I enjoy. But, I have certain tastes that I grew up in New York, and I like certain things a certain way. And Walmart cannot satisfy that for me, whereas Publix can.
Well, the Walmart that we have here, you have to understand the community itself. Now, in not downtown Charlotte, I'm talking about over by the French. It is a rural, I'm talking rural, like there are, chickens, farm houses and stuff like that, so you have a very, very blue collar community.
I understand.
And so the Walmart's got to reflect that, which is just a good business choice in itself. So right. and they won't have the what's the one thing that you missed that Walmart doesn't have as far as like sliced meat outside Boar's Head. Get rid of the name brand, but
you mean the type of sliced meat? I would say I love Boar's Head pastrami.
Just outside of pastrami. Outside of Boar's Head, you want bologna. Just straight bologna.
Regular bologna.
Walmart doesn't have it.
No, Walmart has bologna, but it ain't Boar's Head.
Well, that's what I was saying. Get rid of the whole Boar's Head thing.
Okay.
What cut of meat are you looking for? Because you know what it is for me? I love, and my wife knows this too, she knows that I love a peppered pastrami. A peppered roast beef.
Right.
You know, it's got the pepper on the, you know, when you cut it and stuff.
And they have a fantastic peppered ham.
Yeah. But yeah, Walmart doesn't carry that.
No, they don't carry any of that.
Yeah. And that's the only slice of meat I'm listening.
Yeah. Well, I like all of those. I mean, I was spoiled growing up with boar's head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and I'm picky with that.
But the produce is getting better. The produce is getting a lot better at Walmart.
And you know what? If I'm looking for something produce-wise, I can usually find it in Walmart. And I can usually find it that it's very reasonably priced.
Right.
And it's good quality.
All right. So we're going to take a short little break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to do Speed Round with Teacher Man. You ready? It's going to be fun.
Okay.
It's a new segment we're doing to kind of wrap up the show and whatnot. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right now.
Yeah, but you got to give me some time.
I will give you some time, but you got to be quick. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You got to wave me off when you want me to shut up.
Oh, I will. Do you remember what you're talking about? You want your list over there? Because I'm going to go right down the list.
Walmart catcher. Oh, you did that.
No, your list, not mine.
Oh, no, I know.
You're going to be on the spot because I'm going to go right down that list.
I think I'm going to skip the soccer team. That's been beat to death.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear
that?
just a
Okay.
small snippet of what you.
All right.
But like I said, 30 seconds or less. I don't need anything drawn out.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Oops. Can you hear that okay?
I did hear that, yeah. Yeah.
That's the end of the round. Hold on.
I have no desire to have fun.
Oh, bitch, you got jacked, bitch. Son of a bitch.
Is it possible for you to shut the fuck up for...
Son of a bitch.
I didn't get to play my,
Time to check my Facebook.
Alright. Fill this up. We'll do this, do a quick break, and then come back and wrap it up.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, what do I want to call this?
Yeah, we ought to think about that before we get on,
I was thinking like
off the top?
No, just speed round with Teacher Man, news, top 10, top, let's see, what's this? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Top 9. Top 10 speed round with Teacher Man.
Yeah, they can't count.
Yeah,
it's only 9.
Only 9, okay. I'm going to talk about a couple things and smooth us in, and then we'll come back.
Go, do it.
I mean, you know what I mean. All right. Ready? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Did you forget something?
I missed some.
All right. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. Give us a call at the studio at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. And make sure you follow us on Facebook. And you can see this video that's live. Not live. It's getting there. Or on YouTube. Fuck it, I messed all that up. Anyways, we'll figure it out. You know what, Teacher Man? I just want to say something. As you drive, do you speed at all? Do you drive fast?
Never.
Okay.
No. Oh, you know what? I won't say I don't speed. I never, and I only do this on like 4-lane highways where the speed limit's like 70. I might go 75.
Right.
I will never go any more than 5 miles over the limit.
But you're keeping up with the traffic, right?
Right. I'm keeping up with the traffic. But if I'm in the French area, if it says 35, I'm going 35. If it says 55, I'm going 55.
Right.
That's it.
Because those backwood cops, man, they'll pull you over.
And you're getting a ticket.
Yeah. They don't care. They ain't got nothing else to do. They're sitting there sucking on hayseed all day long.
Oh, finally I got a jerk off.
Yeah, look at this jackass. So I forget what's the limit as far as is 35 miles, 20 miles? Like they actually physically take you to jail. Do you remember or do you know?
I think it's 30 or 35 miles over the speed limit.
Okay. So
that they will haul your ass off.
Well, I got a speeding ticket a while back and in a different county, and they said that I was doing 20. It's one of those hills that go up and down for miles.
Right.
And I was doing 65 coming down and a 45. And I'm like going, dude, I'd burn my brakes out if I had to slam on, to keep the truck from going anywhere over 45.
Did you ask him if he cared?
Well, he said, you know what, I clocked you doing, 67 and a 45, but I'm going to bring it down for you so I don't have to take you to jail. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I said, that's cool. He's like, but you do have to go to court. And I'm like going, this is a county, like 2 counties over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, what do I have to do? And I sat in the courtroom, and it's, first come, first serve. And I sat there, and I went in front of the judge, and they said, how you plea? I said, I don't know what to plea, literally parked right outside the courtroom. I mean, that's how small this town was. And I walk in, and they go, okay, your court fine, go see the cashier over there, and court fines and fines and all that stuff. And I went over there, and they go, okay, it's $25 for the speeding ticket. And I said, okay, cool, 25, and it's $187 for the court hearing. And I go, Jesus Christ, really? Oh, man. So the ticket was only $25, but the actual court hearing was...
Well, sure, that's because that's how they make their money.
And it's so funny to see these backwoods. I know a friend of mine who was driving across Arizona, and he was doing Condomata. He was driving, I think he was doing 95 out there. I think it's 65 on the highway. He was doing 95 and a 65, and the cop pulled him over. He goes, and he's like, holy shit, I'm dead. I'm done. I'm 30 miles over. I'm going to jail. But it's nothing but the highway and dirt. And the cop goes, you know how fast you were going? And he's like going, yeah. And he goes, and he goes back to his car, and he comes back with a ticket. He goes, here's your ticket. And it was like $20. And he goes, and the cop goes, how do you want to pay for that? And he goes, right here. And he's like, and I guess he had the thing on his phone. He goes, you know what? I'm going to give you $100. I'm going to speed through your whole state. How about that? So anyways, what?
Can I tell you a quick story?
Sure.
And I will be short. When I was in college, I commuted to the university I was going to.
Uh-huh.
And, sometimes in the morning I'd be a little late getting started and getting out to, because I always took early classes.
Right.
And one day, it was a Friday, I got out of class early. I was coming home. I was on the Long Island Expressway up in New York. I was coming home. I had a 64 Galaxy 500 Ford convertible, fire engine red.
Jesus.
I had the top down, and I was flying. I was going. The speed limit, that was back when the speed limit was 55.
Right.
All over. I was doing 110. The cop pulled me over, and my uncle Frank Seiler, matter of fact, when we went to look at the farm at with my dad.
Okay.
But my uncle Frank Seiler was a deputy inspector for the Suffolk County Police Department, which is where I got pulled over. And the cop comes up to the car, and he says, in his words, "Do you fucking know how fast you were going?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "My hair was straight back though." So he said, "You were doing 110 miles an hour." He said, "That's twice the speed limit." I said, "I'm sorry, officer, I wasn't paying attention." He says, "Damn right you weren't." I said, "Will it help if I told you that my uncle is Frank Seiler?" I said, "He's a deputy inspector for Suffolk County Police Department." The cop says, "Let me tell you something. If I caught fucking Frank Seiler doing 110 on the expressway, I would haul his ass in and lock his ass up. And you're lucky I'm not doing that to you."
Oh.
You know how much that fine was?
How much?
$50.
Oh, Jesus.
No jail, no nothing.
Well, we're going to go to the Teacher Man speed round. Top 10 things that Teacher Man wanted to talk about we didn't get to. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Timer, go.
Are you going to give me the topics? Or no?
I am going to give you the topics.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Greatest rescue of all time. The Thai soccer team and the coach rescued from the cave after 3 weeks. Go.
Can you imagine that? Being trapped in a cave filling with water for 3 weeks, and the entire team having to learn how to scuba dive to get out of there in water that you can't see, your hand in front of your face.
They ended up dragging them out in almost like a water stretcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
they couldn't lose them. And you know what? That coach, 25-year-old man, he waited till last.
Do you know what happened with him when he returned to his village? He was so afraid that he was going to be stoned by all the kids' parents and stuff. And what you don't know is he spent about 10 years in a monastery to be a monk and whatnot. And his father put him into that. And this is part of his... He did that. That's why they were all sitting praying and all that stuff. And the whole village just completely engulfed him and loved him and stuff.
Yeah,
because
that took me so... by the heart.
2 died in a shooting outside of an argument in a burger joint. One was innocent. One was an innocent bystander in Graffiti Junction in Lake Mary.
Okay, now, can you imagine this? This is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Graffiti Junction is a burger joint in Lake Mary. People are in there to get burgers. And I heard it might have been a woman, but an argument ensues between these two customers. And what these two assholes decide to do... Well, I'm going home to get my gun. Well, I'm going home to get my gun. They both go and get their guns, come back to the restaurant, and the one guy starts shooting at the other guy.
So it's like a shootout.
Yeah, misses him and kills a guy across the street.
What?
An innocent bystander.
Oh, shit.
Meanwhile, the other guy who was being shot at, he shoots the first guy who killed the bystander and kills him.
Jesus.
What the hell could be so important that you got to argue in a burger joint?
Maybe it wasn't cooked right.
I don't know, but Jesus, my burger doesn't look like that picture. You remember Michael? Michael
Michael A. DeMeo?
Yes.
Panhandling is becoming aggressive over territory and even at the ATMs, just by people.
Right. People are standing on, they're fighting over corners. And, we kind of saw that when we went to Culverts that one time, where we saw the panhandlers and the man and the woman together, and then the woman went down the block, and they had their territories. Now they're hawking these ATM machines, and they're standing by ATM machines watching people take money out. And so now they know you have money.
Where's this at? In Florida?
No, this is in several places.
General
places. They're getting the idea that if I see somebody taking money out of an ATM, I know they can't say, "Oh, I don't have any change. I got money." and they pressure these people to give them money. So there's going to be some crackdowns on that.
There you go. Well, they can use the cameras and stuff at the ATMs, right? No, to find this, or I guess not.
Well, no, because
they're just out of sight line.
Right.
All right. So it says you. I guess that's me.
That's you.
Don't floss while driving. Keep your personal hygiene personal. Nobody wants to drive behind you and watch you floss. Same as putting on your makeup.
Okay, that's a fact. People don't want to drive by and see you sticking that pick and that. And I know you're going to say, fuck it, I've been doing it for years and I'm going to continue to do it.
No, what I'm going to say is I've got an hour drive in between the French and the radio station.
And you got to do something.
And that, well, it's not that. That's the best time to have those little dentist sticks and do your teeth flossing. Because they always say, floss, 20 minutes a day or whatever. That's the best. I got them in my center console.
Well, I realize that.
So that's the best time. I sit there and go,
Yeah.
And guess what? My dental hygienist says what?
That you have perfect personal hygiene
right.
as far as your teeth go. But he doesn't. He's never passed you on Highway 185 or 85, whatever the hell it is. And so, he didn't see you, changing your Depends.
So
while
what
you were
about
in
the makeup?
Car.
You don't.
Well, I mean, what about women putting on makeup? How many accidents has that caused? Now, granted, I don't think many accidents are caused by flossing, but people do a lot of hygiene shit in the car that they should be doing at home.
So do you think that there's more accidents in hygiene or looking at their cell phones?
Oh, definitely cell phones.
Okay, so I can still do my hygiene.
Well, you know what? If you don't mind, next time you look out your side window and you see somebody looking at you, smile and show them those pretty pearlies.
Sorry, I keep doing that. All right, you know what? I'm going to expand on that. I want to say, you ever seen someone that, you can look at them and you can see that they're digging in their nose? They're digging in their nose. Just pull up to them. If you're looking on the video here, just pull up next to them and do this right here.
I actually
and they will sit there and go, fuck you. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my thumb and my index finger and just kind of rolling it like a ball. So when you pull up next to someone picking their nose, just do this.
Well, when you're rolling in a ball, it's easier to shoot.
Yeah.
I actually, and I will tell you this. This was in a McDonald's, in a Walmart, in the country. And it was a long time ago, and I was in there, and I just finished eating, and I was just sitting there. And there was a guy sitting in the booth, and he was sitting there picking his nose, and then right in his mouth. Pick his nose, right in his mouth.
Number 6, new teacher quit. She could not handle the students cursing or screaming at her. Not for this salary.
I can feel for that person. She's a new teacher. She took this job in good faith to teach the kids of our country, our parents, and give them the best that she could.
What state was this in?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And these little bastards curse her out, would yell at her, and she couldn't get a word in edgewise. She couldn't stop them, and she finally said, "To hell with this. This money's not worth it. I'm out of here." And she quit. I don't know what she wound up doing after, but she quit teaching. And we lose a lot of good teachers because of that, because parents don't take the responsibility to raise their own kids.
Well, it's not only that. I don't think they give enough structure for them to deal with those kind of... But yes, in the same sense, yeah. Parents need to teach their kids to behave, and teachers don't know how to deal with children that are out of control.
Strategies.
Yep. Strategies. Perfect word. I don't have any children, but if I did, would I want them to follow in my footsteps?
That's a question to you.
Would I follow in my dad's footsteps? I pretty much have. My dad was mostly he never worked for a corporate at any given. Well, he did it at certain times and stuff, but he always said, I can do this better. And he always either created his own company, created his own thing, did his own thing. And for the most part, yeah, I follow my dad's footsteps.
Yeah, well, if you find something you like and you can do it better than other people, by golly, you should do it.
Well, find a way to make money doing it, and that's the thing.
Right.
And my dad's always done that. And unfortunately, the backdraft of that is he never really paid into taxes. He never paid into Social Security.
Yeah.
So there's a span of many years that, he didn't put into his Social Security. So that's the only thing that I not regret, but that I'm doing now. That it makes sure that I have enough Social Security. And
make sure you do that.
Yeah, so.
I had an uncle, God bless him, he was a painter, and he was a damn good painter. But all he made was cash, and they never paid any taxes. And when it came to the fact that he had to retire, he had no money coming in.
All right. If you take a class, should you finish it in term you signed up for, instrument or language?
Okay. Let me go back to the one before for just a second.
Okay.
Would I follow in my dad's footsteps?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all about me. All about me. The question was about me.
Well, the first part was. But my dad was a New York City fireman. And I wanted to be a New York City fireman in the worst way. And he actually, well, both my parents actually talked me out of it. A, because they didn't want me risking my life. And B, because they wanted me to get a college education. So I got a college education, taught school for umpteen years,
right,
and I got paid diddly squat.
Right.
Okay. Now,
read the question again that I just read.
If you take a class, should you finish it to the full term?
Okay.
That you signed up for?
Okay. Like an instrument or language? What kind of class?
Well, I would say if you're taking a class in college.
Okay.
Or if you're taking a class in high school.
What about a workout class?
Well, it depends on your commitment. If you're taking a workout class, depending upon how much you need it, then yes, you should stick with it.
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, I have a different thought on instruments.
All right.
When I first started playing instruments, I joined the band, and I didn't want to play the violin. That was the orchestra. I did want to play the cornet.
Okay.
Hated it. Hated it. Dropped it. Took up the drums.
Because
loved it.
Because you blew at the cornet.
Yes. The cornet blew me, and my parents were very supportive of that. They allowed me to do that. And
how did you buy your cornet?
I didn't buy it. I rented it.
You rented it.
Yes.
Now, here's what we're talking about here. My dad created a company that actually hunted down people that wrote bad checks to people that rented instruments. And he would get 40%, almost 50% of the check. So, for example, if you rented a cornet from whatever music store and they had a bad check, at the time where everyone was writing bad checks, my dad would write these significant letters from the federal. I mean, it's a federal crime to write a bad check.
Right.
He would write these letters and send them out to the people that were writing bad checks to the people that were paying rent and for their clarinets and stuff. And he would literally have FedEx overnight packages or the mailers nailed to his wall to show his success.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that was one of his jobs that he had. And then
That's cool.
Of course, and then the ATM card came in and stuff, and his business dwindled. But that was a big company that he had for a long time.
Now writing the letters from your house, that is a good thing.
Right.
Because I don't think I'd want to be in the repossession business.
Right.
I don't want to go to anybody's house that's going to A, beat the shit out of me, or B, shoot me.
No more slaughtering of animals in the next 2 generations.
Do you realize that within the next 2 generations, they are almost to the point where they can reproduce any meat, whether it be chicken, beef, turkey, whatever, and it will look the same, it will taste the same, it will cook the same. We will not have to slaughter any animals for our food. Kind of sounds like to me like what was that movie with the green, whatever that.
Soylent Green is people.
Soylent Green, yeah, and they use the people to make it.
Now, on the same note, what if I was to tell you that I can take your chickens and make that chicken beefier and bolder, and this 1, 2, 3 pound chicken, I can make it 5 or 6 pounds and get more meat off of this chicken
using GMOs.
Are you going to listen to me, or are you going to interrupt me?
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to interrupt you because I already did that. I'm sorry.
So what if I was to tell you, as a farmer, and all your chickens are running around if I say, let's put them in a cage, let's shoot them with all these drugs and stuff, and you can get more product out of that, how would you feel?
I don't know. I mean, Mr. Purdue doesn't do it.
That's the threshold that you're looking at.
Yeah.
You know, these people that have raised chickens, and now we're doing synthetic meat.
They'll have to find another job.
Well, no. No, what I'm saying is, when
sell their land and build condos.
Well, the people that were making these or had chickens and they were just killing them because they were on the property, and they said, you can get more money if you put them in the house and then you confine them and then you inject stuff in them.
Right. Or add to the food.
Or add to the food or do whatever. But that's what we're getting into now. The injecting the chickens and feeding them more and all that stuff is getting out of that. And now we're telling you, guess what? You don't need chickens anymore. We're going to take all of you and make synthetic meat, and this will all go away.
Well, and
there's a step. There's a graduated scale there.
Well, yes, I agree. And they're getting away from antibiotics, because the more we ingest antibiotics from other animals, the less effective our antibiotics are going to be.
All right, crows that pay you back. Crows that play.
Yep, that's right.
What's that? Explain that. Northwest.
Okay, there is a crows. Okay? A type of crow that grows in the northwestern part of the country.
Okay.
That will, if you feed them, if you leave stuff, food out for them, they will actually, and a lot of times it's something shiny, they will bring something back to repay you.
So they're like homing pigeons.
Yes. In other words, they know which side of the bread their butter's on. Yeah, and these are regional crows.
Do you have to imprint on them?
I don't know. No, I don't think so, because it's a species that once it learns its food, where its food source is, it will repeat going back to that food source and will bring stuff to you.
So you're teaching these crows to steal?
Well, I don't know. And they're not diving down and picking an earring off some bitch's ear.
All right. Well,
hey, how's that?
You got me totally confused on that. So, my God,
something shiny.
Oh God! So that was top 10 with Teacher Man. You doing okay?
I'm doing fine.
All right.
I'm a little sweaty.
Yeah, you won a couple rounds on that one. I kind of pinched you a little bit there.
Yeah, you did.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. What did you learn today?
Oh, I learned. Damn,
yeah.
We learned a lot
hold
today.
on. Yeah, go back to your sheets there.
Okay.
And put your eyeballs in.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Put your eyeballs in. What'd you learn? Like, personally, what'd you learn? What'd you take away from the show?
You know what? Not learned something, but I was very, very pleasantly surprised with our stickers.
Okay.
And how they look and how they came out, and just as pleased with the T-shirt sales.
T-shirt sales are good. We're gonna have a new. We have an artist that we have on hand that's gonna redesign the new shirts. They'll be up available. Russian Federation. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One of our 3 news countries. Man, that's great.
Right. And make sure when you're flying on your airplane, make sure you're taking photos or pictures or anything, because
in case I go down.
No, it's not that. Just something's going to happen, so you need to document it. Whether it be a dog panicking or the
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
the personal dog.
Right.
But wait a second. Aren't you supposed to have your phone off at this time when the plane is?
You can put it in airplane mode and still take pictures and video.
Oh, can you? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Make sure you be respectful for all races and creeds and colors and stuff. All right.
Oh, I'll give everybody equal coverage. Absolutely.
All right. And milk is only from lactating mammals.
Yes, sir.
And
loving that new truck.
Yep, loving the new truck, and I'm looking forward to going and inspecting and we're gonna bum rush them. Like, you're gonna come up with like 2,500, and I'm gonna come in with like 1,500, and then between the two of us, we're gonna buy the Cadillac and the. How's that sound?
You really have to come over with me and see them.
I will. And anything else? Everything else going good?
Yeah, everything else is going fantastic.
You gonna be with us next week?
No, I'm going to be gone. I'm leaving next Sunday.
Okay.
So and then I'll be gone for 3 weeks. So,
all right.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to be by yourself for 3 weeks.
All right.
Carry the ball by yourself.
Well, I've done it before.
As you usually do.
It's a big ball, but unfortunately or fortunately, I can get it up here to the studio. On behalf of Teacher Man.
Yes, thank you all very, very much.
And I am Deacon saying good night and good night. My left ear is pierced.
That was pretty good.
Good show?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, let me not leave these
Yeah, take those with you.
stickers.
Bring them with you up to.
Yeah, I could throw them in my suitcase.
Just give them to everyone. Say, hey, look, this is a podcast. All you gotta do is, Pops, it's this easy. Hey, this is a podcast I do once a week. You go to here, Profit
On the
Radio,
bottom.
and then this is the podcast. Just
Okay.
click on that. And,
Easy enough.
yep.
Easy enough. Do I need to shut anything off here?
No, because I'm gonna come up here in a second and
Oh, that's right.
wrap everything up.
My
She's
nuts, everything's sticking together.
Just get that looked at. Take this down with me. Oh, what's in here? Okay, you got your roll?
Yes.
Where's that ribbon I gave you? Is it up here?
Oh, yeah. I left that.
Leave it up here. That's fine. You can leave it up here.
Well, yeah. This is plenty to bring up with me.
Yeah, it's 100 stickers.
Yeah.
Mm.